Alright, so, for those of you hanging around right now, welcome back to Mordheim, low fantasy role-playing. We have a new system as of this session that you can utilize to fuck with us. Keep in mind, you probably won't be able to do anything until later, because I have reset all of the stream currency that was slowly accumulating just because of this. But basically, you can do a bunch of shit that can very drastically affect the world in the game, and you will accumulate points as long as you are in the channel, in the chat, and the stream is live. Every 10 minutes, you get 1 point. It's called Favor. And Favor can be spent to give buffs or debuffs or neutral events to the entire party or to enemies, and if it affects like one person specifically, you get to choose. So basically, if you manage to accumulate 100 favor, you can either give or remove a chaos gift from anyone in the party. You can only remove if they have one, obviously, so that's a little bit restricted in that case. But chaos gifts are huge. They can literally just make you bullshit. So, but keep in mind, to get 100 points, it's 10 minutes of watching per point. It will count during other streams. It's not just during Mordheim. But none of you are getting it this session. It's going to be a few sessions onward that anyone will even remotely hope to get it. So, that is a new system. If you want to know about it, there is a document. That Google Doc will tell you everything you need to know to figure out what you want to spend it on. It shows all the things. When you do a buff, debuff, or event, we randomly roll one of the list. And then if it targets an individual person, we ask you to decide who it's going to be. So that's how chat is going to influence. Oh yeah, so we just did a warpstone ritual, which is a way in the game of taking the shiny green rocks that exist in Mordheim and turning it into gold. And so Mange is now 450 gold richer. And Rowan's 150 richer, I guess. I don't know. I don't think Mange cares. We need to hire a smith.
100%, yeah. Wait, I thought somebody was a smith already.
No, we were gonna hire one for the place. We were talking about it.
So what you're saying is that you need someone to persuade some people.
No, we basically just need to spend raw money. Because it's in the fucking system. It's in the fucking system. We can just upgrade the base and get Smith in like gamey part of the game. But let me briefly recount for those of you who were not here last time what occurred last session. So we are currently the party of Mange, Scritch, Rowan, Garladon, Alexandria, Janice, and Siegfried Schatz. Alexandria, we just met at a weird tavern in the fucking sewers, basically.
And TOS things happened.
Yeah, basically, Alexandria is a Slaneshi worshipping bard, and we have a human mercenary with needs who wanted to fuck, so they fucked. And that's about the extent of what I will go into for detail. But meanwhile, Mange now has his favorite little crony, Skit Scratch, here, who he very much plans to exploit to carry all his shit. And we also have hired, for mercenaries, the Ogre Karnk, the other Skaven, sort of like apothecary of a sort, Mama Joan,
Mama Jones.
who's a dude. And we have Joel, the vampire thrall. So basically like a weaker vampire. Zach is saying the baby is making noise. Hey, Johnny Speed. But right now we are still living in... Thank you for that, host. Such a loud effect, and I keep forgetting that's such a loud effect. We are living in this mansion that's technically owned by this dude over here, but none of us really care because the idea of property and owning things in Mordheim is in and of itself a false idea. Nobody owns anything because anybody else can take it.
It's a place where the right type of person thrive.
Yeah. Siegfried and Alexandria are sharing a fuck room. And this time the plan is basically we want to go out looting. Because it's been a while since we've just gone looting, raw looting. So, Zach, I'm going to assume that you still can't talk in voice. Can you still hear me, though? Like, you can say it in Discord or in the game chat, I don't care. I'm going to take that as a no. So I'm assuming our DM is still AFK to take care of a younger humanoid.
Would you have to describe it like that? A younger human. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. Because I'm starting to get into the mindset of Mange, you fucking filthy man thing.
Keep that attitude up and I'll raise the prices on Warpstone rituals.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. So, since you are back, shall we start doing introductions from the top to start up the session?
Yeah.
Alright, so that would start with the only one in our party whose name starts with A, so go ahead.
Alright. My name, boys, is Alexandria Janice. 2 first names, I know it's cringy, but it's all I could come up with. I'm an escort who used to hang around the little dungeon thing down there, but now I've kind of come with these guys, and I certainly found a very loyal client here as well, and hope to find more.
And also introduce yourself, like, out of character as well.
Oh, you guys probably know me on the server as Please Know All 1, and I'm basically the ringleader of everything degenerate.
Yep, absolutely. Alright, next would be Zach.
Yeah, I'm the GM. I'm the Shadow Lord in the Roll20. I'm the guy that makes all the maps, does all the NPCs, kind of runs everything that isn't the character, that isn't the PCs.
Yeah, you are the world, basically, around us.
I am literally everybody else who is not one of these 5.
Yeah.
Our word.
4,
Alright.
not 5.
4. Well, if we count you. But we don't. It's okay.
I don't count. I'm not a real person.
Yeah.
I'm not a real boy.
You are just... You are not a person. You are God in this world. Basically. Alright. I am Trisky, who you know because you're on my fucking channel, and you can see me right here. I have a webcam on the stream. But my character plays, the character that I am playing is Mange Scritch Scratch Skaven Barbarian! Mange Scritch Scratch Scour Mordheim! Get all shinies! Basically, I'm a loot goblin, with an axe. So that's what you're going to be dealing with from me whenever I get in character. That's my character's voice, and I refuse to stop doing it. Anyway, next. Go ahead.
Howdy, y'all. It is your boy, Lord Spongecake. Today I'm going to be playing Rowan Garladon, the Zintian Mage, basically the magic user of the party, but you guys know me as the Magic Bitch. Let's go.
And last but not least,
Unknown 7.
Simp!
Playing the Soldier of Fortune, Siegfried Schatz, who has discovered that, everyone likes to go off in their own races, war bands, but if we all work together and stab someone else, we can make a beautiful future.
Yeah, so he's the odd, like, normal non-cultist human in the party. He's basically the odd man out, who's currently fucking a cultist and probably will eventually become a cultist as a result.
Yeah,
hey,
Because we can find out this Celeste lady ain't that bad, really.
He likes to find things in life.
Anyway, now with that in mind, let's the rest of us players mute ourselves so that our DM can take it away.
So, last session, the group went out and tried to find some new people to join in. Eventually found this weird, cavern seemingly hidden just off the side of the sewers underneath Mordheim. They found various people, some of which they recruited in. There's the very large ogre with the hammer that looks like it's made out of an anvil and a metal pipe, who joined after having a bit of a fight with them. There was this Miss Alexandria, who joined in after meeting the group. They also encountered a weird Skaven with 3 arms, who called themselves Mama Joan, despite being male, and seems to have an affinity for potions with not that sanitary ingredient. And they also found Joel, a fairly old-looking, thin guy who is apparently pretty much a monk, like a brawler kind, and claims to be essentially working for a vampire. Mange also found his own little yes man in the form of Skit Scratch, who is fairly thin, if rather tall for a Skaven. This assassin with knives and a spike on his tail, who just kind of has been following around Mange like his shadow since he joined. And since then, the group has come back to the base and gone off to do various things in their downtime. Collect some weird stone, get another level up to join the party, get some money, all of that kind of thing. Oh, that's kind of a given.
That's just a daily activity now that I'm here.
Alright. Anywho, Mange is getting antsy at this point. So,
you've all been spending the last couple of days noticing Mange getting antsy and wanting to get some new loot, and you kind of scout out a bit, found some decent potential places, and I imagine you'd all be meeting up quickly to kind of figure out exactly where you're going. Kind of pop you guys in.
Do we have a physical map around we can mark these down on? Like in character?
Yeah, I imagine you'd have a rough map of Mordheim. I don't know if it'd be an actual made one, but one of you probably have drawn something up to note things out, to mark it with a knife and all that kind of thing. Kind of sprawled out on the table. And you guys are there doing your discussions. You hear the door open, and you see a man that you met about a week ago and haven't really seen since. He just steps in. He's like, "Apologies for the interruptions, but I just remembered I offered you my services, did I not? Included a
Pretty sure you did.
feature if you wished. I'm prepared now. I've done research. Did anybody wish it? To know of their death?
I'll bite.
Anybody else?
Oh yeah, you weren't here. He hasn't actually learned about this.
Yeah. So Alexander, this is the first you're seeing of this guy. This like fairly like really like well-dressed, clean guy, which is a rare sight in this city. Just walks in and starts talking like he knows everybody.
Well, hello there, handsome. How are you doing?
I am doing business. Since you're here, I suppose my offer will extend to you. Do you wish to know of your death?
Wish to know of my death? Wouldn't hurt.
Well, it can, but it can also help. And yeah, he looks to the two that haven't said anything. Do you wish to?
I believe our offer previously was that you would possibly be tutoring me in some spells in exchange instead of knowing thy death.
I can assist with that as well. The offer for reading somebody's death is not that hard. I can do you all at once. No, one after the other.
I'll take you up on that offer.
Mange
Sinch
doesn't seem to
Sinch.
care.
And
Sinch is-
Batman, do you wish to know of your death?
Mange shakes his head. Don't care!
Very well. He kind of just like sits down, kind of opens up his book and starts flicking through it, kind of muttering things to himself. His eyes glaze over. And could everybody who is getting their death read roll a D1000? Because I have a dooming table.
Should I roll 2d10?
It's a D1000 for this table. I did not create it from the Warhammer RP.
Yeah, how would I do the D1000 exactly? Would I just do slash
yeah,
R?
slash R D1000.
685.
Yeah, so he kind of opens his eyes, which you see are sort of like white globes as he turns to look at Rowan. And he got 65. Thy death shall be born on the north wind. 41. Turns to Alexandria. When the plant has red leaves, cower in. 48.
I did not hear. You kind of cut out for me. What did you say?
When the plant has red leaves, cower in terror. And then 498. That which does not kill you has but delayed the inevitable. He goes,
I think there's another version of that. Might like that one better.
And now there is a little bit of a mechanic to this. So essentially, whenever you go down in a fight, if I can kind of flavor it to fit with that, then you will have disadvantage on any mostly dead or all dead tests that you make. If I can't make it fit, then you have advantage.
So red leaves. It looks like I'm kind of safe, things considered.
Northern wind. Well, I'll be sure not to go out in any thunderstorms.
Well, looks like if it's cold, you're dead.
And like his eyes like roll back and rubs them, seemingly that hurt. Closes the book.
Skinny man thing! Blow away in wind!
Well, that is the portents delivered. Looks to Rowan, so I can gain some tutelage in a few days. We need to prepare some things for that.
If you require any payments, I'd be willing to go ahead and exchange. That seems
I'll
like
be
enough.
paying, but not with gold. Service.
I see.
Well, that done. I'll leave you to your business. You're gonna like looks at the table and he's like, I would recommend here. Just points at one of the spots. So.
Mange board, go loot!
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, you guys.
The old Mordheim pastime.
Yeah, you guys grab your things and you head out toward your chosen looting location.
As we head out, I want to do the shit, what's that called? Supplies, and I want to look specifically for some sort of twine or. But yeah, mainly something that can be used as a sort of tripwire.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say you could find something like that. And look around and find some like tubing on the floor which is fairly thin, like enough that it could go unnoticed, but still tough.
Yeah.
Should I roll my d4 to see how much?
How the supplies work exactly?
You get 400 meters!
Roll a d4, then you can pick that many things. So throws you up a wire, you can find 2 other things if you want.
Some sort of knife. Doesn't necessarily, I mean, combat already would be cool, but any sort of little knife.
Go by and you pull like a cleave out of the table. Big meat.
Alright.
Could work as a dagger.
Alright, so I'll put that on my belt, and for third thing, I would pick... Could it count if it's like one unit of a bunch of little things, like say like a little can of nails, or...
one of the examples is a cache of fire pots. Yeah, you could find like a box of nails.
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah, you could like scatter them on the floor and use them like caltrops.
Exactly.
That would suck. Unless they got
That
really
would-
thick.
A bunch of fucking rusty nails. Alright. Mange, before we leave, is going to basically insist that Skit Scratch and Karn come along. He's not going to... He doesn't personally care about whether or not the vampire thrall or Mama come along.
Siegfried?
I imagine you'd be heading out during the day, so Joel is currently...
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Mama, I think, would be like busy making stuff, so you can go and get them, but unless you get them, they're not going to come on their own.
Do we have an idea which point you want to go to first? Because if we do, Siegfried might just kind of see if he could knock and give him ideas. Say, hey, if sun goes down and we're not back, why do you come looking for us here? Who knows what we might find?
You go down and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Sounds so enthusiastic.
Oh, you just woke him up. Because he come bang on his door.
Yeah.
Slide a note under the door. Hoping he can read.
I'm starting to feel with Mange too much because I'm starting to get impatient like Mange is.
Yeah. You guys head on out. You're going along not
Sure.
not too far from your base, it's a few minutes. And after a while you come around, find yourself at the little junction that you chose. One that's somewhat ruined, just like intact enough. As you come around, well, it's not hard to spot for you. Several of you would spot a slight glimmer of green from the branches of the tree.
Could I ask a question?
No.
What season is it right now?
I have the date, but I need to check what the hell. What? When is that? Hexen is just for the New Year, so it's fairly late winter. But it's about midwinter.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All right.
fair chill to the air.
Oh dear.
Mange is covered in fur and gives zero shits.
Like, have a coat that you would grab.
Yeah,
Bard
there's
lady wears coat.
probably not any leave, but it's definitely cold out.
You're immediately paranoid at the fall.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very paranoid when fall comes around.
Yeah. Thankfully, there are not many living plants left in Mordheim, and most of them that are kind of glow green. Yeah, Darcy grabs a coat on the way out, I imagine.
Siegfried's just kind of looking around, thinking to himself I don't know if it's an advantage or a disadvantage to not really be so sure what mine meant.
Conk is the only one that does not grab a shirt. That's because he's about 3 feet of blubber. Ogres live in the
doesn't
mountain.
give a shit.
Yeah, ogres live in the mountain. He's not bothered by the Empire winter. Summer frame. Yeah. You guys come around and you find yourselves up here. Mange, you would definitely notice the telltale glimmer of weird stone up in the branches of a tree.
Mange ignores absolutely everything and runs straight towards it. Because it is shiny.
Yeah, as you guys come up and Mange starts sprinting through a tree.
Oh,
Shiny!
Where is he going now? Wait
Let
up.
him do his thing. Well,
Shiny!
He's gonna go ahead and try and stealth on over to this side of the building since he sees an entrance over here.
Yeah, you can see with this building, here is where seemingly a door used to be, but it's broken off the hinges, hanging out. And there seems to be a couple of holes in the building as well.
Try and sneak out onto it.
You can roll your sneak.
If I roll it.
You succeeded.
Barely.
You guys can move yourselves around. There's no reason, just don't go too nuts. We're outside of combat. I think since Mange is running, you would definitely reach the tree before Rowan stuck up to the building. So is Mange just gonna try and scramble up the tree?
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to play it safe and stick with the big fella and Siegfried over here. You lot have fun.
Mange, you reach the tree. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, it is up in a branch. It's probably about a good 10, 15 foot off the ground.
Alright. Mange is going to get near the base of the tree and motion for Skit to jump off of him. He's got basically position his hands to chuck him up into the tree.
Alright. So that'll be Skip will have to roll in athletics. He has a -1 strength. Although you are alley-ooping him up, so it's more about that. Yeah, roll me a d20.
Alright. Just a raw d20.
Yeah, it's a target of 15 because I help him.
4. Great success, I would assume.
You gotta lace your fingers in his hip trash, kind of seems to build himself up for a couple of seconds, then runs and jumps off your hand. Catches it, scrambles around on the branch. Goes over and his tail whips up and bats the weird stone off of the branch, and it hits the ground, tumbles a bit down next to you.
Awesome. I'm
Scrambles back.
making sure I didn't accidentally hit this fucking button.
This is
I
the
got it.
first game I've played where the tree was surpassed easily.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I had 2 high dex PCs nearly die trying to climb a tree.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
they had like a target of 60 on a D100 and they could not pass it like time.
Yeah, they got 80s to 90s, and both of them fell and almost break their necks.
Victims are just the most subtle dryad.
They were in the Empire, so I doubt it.
Oh boy. Mange is going to run over and just pick up the word stone.
If roll your savings, so roll 2D100. You can pick the result. So either milk curdles, or you take 1 willpower down. I imagine you want to do the milk curdles within 25 feet of you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you pick it up and you feel this like energy like zip through you for a second, but nothing seems to happen, so you just put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, my milk.
Shiny!
You just hear a shout, somebody next to me go,
So what you're saying is Alexandria was right next to me and she starts to dry up.
Oh god.
Nope. Alright, never mind. That's too far.
And while that's been going on, I was like went up to the building and I shouldered to it and peeks around the corner. And have any of you seen The Flesh That Hate? The SCP.
Oh no!
Which one?
Essentially feed that.
Get away from it now! Run like.
I'm not saying it is
never
that, it's just it
before.
looks like that.
Okay.
You see several like globby, fleshy things sat around this table, with looks like a couple chunks of weird stone kind of plopped on the table on plates, like they were like part of the banquet. And in the middle you see this fairly large, fairly nice looking like ivory statue carved from like of a snake.
Is this thing right here is basically what's inside of this room over here?
That's what the inside looks like effectively.
Except it's word stone on the table plus guts.
Oh, there's also like bits of meats and all of that. But yeah, all looks fairly calcified, like it's been there for a long ass time.
Hmm.
Well,
This is a
I'm
lovely
over by
scene.
Siegfried, so I don't know
Alright, would
anything
you
about this.
would you do me a favor and remove that just because I know that Twitch is sensitive about gore shit. We all got enough time to see it. Put it in our minds.
He says to himself. Now, I had a question about the spell Magic Mouth. If I could go ahead and cast it, would I need to convey the message out loud first to put into an object, or would I be able to do that mentally?
My initial idea is mentally, so there is all the GDM and all that. Yeah, unless it specifies in the spell. Yeah, this says you decide. Yeah, I'd say you could mentally choose it.
Okay. Rowan is going to go ahead and take out a crossbow bolt, or his crossbow, and hold onto a bolt attuning to it. And he's going to go ahead and cast Magic Mouth onto it. The trigger is going to be, as soon as it hits something, it will go ahead and trigger.
And what is it going to say?
It is going to go in the tone extremely loud, just like, "Oh God, what the hell? Oh God!" Just like a bunch of screaming obscenities,
Yeah.
as loud as possible.
You channel the magic into that bolt and roll your DDM.
Well, no trigger. Alright.
You guys, as Mange is picking up this thing, you see Rowan like kind of mutter, kind of like holding this crossbow bolt up to his mouth.
Siegfried just kind of shrugs and whispers around him. Magic.
Yes, I have a bad feeling about this. She kind of just takes out her pistol and kind of readies it.
It's like everybody else has like swords, crossbows, all that. Agnan just pulls out a gun.
Oh yeah, you guys have never seen me with a gun before, so...
Thankfully,
had no idea I
it's
had
not
this
that
thing
rare
on.
of a sight. Because Siegfried and Rowan are in the Empire, where pistols use a lot, and named as a Skaven, who has seen far more advanced tech. Yeah, she just whips out a gun.
With the power of seduction and this gun I found.
I should probably unmute myself if I want to say some dumb witty thing. Too bad it's too late now. Alright, Mange has his axe out at the ready because he's out in the street. Just in case that ever becomes relevant.
Yeah, I'm assuming you travel around if your weapon's out. You're at Mordheim.
Alright, yeah.
You'd be double otherwise.
No, I specifically don't, ever.
If you're a monk. Which I'm not now.
Well, you don't have to purposely have your weapon out if you're a monk.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Would it be alright if I went ahead and... Well, first off, do I see these guys moving? Or are they just sort of idle in a sense?
They don't seem to be moving. They're like flopped onto the table. If they are moving, it's not really enough for you to notice.
Okay. So Rowan is going to go ahead and...
Things bumped on the
He's
table.
going to fire his bolt in this direction, hoping to go ahead and create some noise from behind it. Not trying to hit this guy or anything, but trying to go ahead and like fire behind, and then as soon as it hits, it'll see if he can get a reaction from that as he's hiding back.
Yeah, that's not that hard. You see like some like the wall of the next house over there, and fire that. Thankfully, crossbows are fairly quiet, so it's not like you make a loud boom. It shoots out, hits into the wall. Then, yeah, you guys see Rowan bring out his crossbow, fire it, and he screams up, "Oh God! Oh my God! What is that? Ah!"
Goddamn. Mange is just like, "Who man things shoot!"
Rowan like immediately looks over, just like in disappointment, as like his plan completely backfired.
Yeah.
Just shit.
Yeah, and you look over and the things at the table don't move.
Mange,
like you'd be dead.
Mange scurries up to Rowan.
Shush.
What man thing shoot?
Yeah, you're still hearing it. Like I think it goes for a minute.
It goes for 30 words long, so...
So 30 expletives.
Yeah. She's like, "Oh God! Oh God! What is going on?"
You just hear, "What the hell did you just do?"
Oh my!
Yeah, it just stops there.
Motherfucker!
Stop.
I'm gonna say the N-word! So Rowan goes ahead and motions. There's Warpstone inside there, but...
Warpstone!
Shush! Shut up!
Mange goes around you and immediately looks through the door.
Yeah. Step around and you see that gruesome scene in there. You'll see the Warpstone on the table.
Mange, uncaring about any of the blood or gore, sees the shinies and approaches the shinies.
Yeah, you step and you like climbing onto the table to go and get it.
Mange is going to go around. He's not climbing onto the table. He's going to go around and just like try and pick it out.
And like squish past and go over to there. And as you go to reach for, you just hear like this like wet crunching as the head of the one to the head of this one turns to look at you.
Hello, give shiny.
And
you forgot about something that I have. You forgot about my sixth sense.
thing that's advantage on like dex saves.
You have advantage when making checks to resist ambush or surprise.
Yeah, this isn't an ambush and you're not surprised.
You should have saw this coming.
Sees you and then they start getting up. Like they're not jumping immediately. By rolling initiative, I'll get 3 rounds on it.
Alright. Oh, I forgot to select him. 6 for Mange.
Wait, I've got advantage on mine. Let me roll again.
And that's well, you don't roll well.
No, six was for Mange. You have Skit Scratch on there.
Alright. I will just get scratched as well.
I mean, if you want to give it to Skit Scratch, that's fine.
I rolled for him and I got a 4 and he has +2.
Oh, alright.
So, yeah, we rolled the same. Alexander got a 14.
I have no +2, I think. Or anything, so mine's just a nat 6, so I would go first out of the two of us.
Yeah, Skip Scratch would go, because yes. Yeah, sure, and as you see the head turn and Neil start to stand up, you're the first one to react.
Everyone's just like, oh, for fuck's sake. And,
It seems they're not triggered by sound, they're triggered by something touching something on the table. Or them.
well, you know what? That just proves his hypothesis. And he just learned
If
something.
you'd shot one with the bolt, it would have triggered them.
If Rowan's peeking, would he be able to, like, see this guy, and this guy then?
Yeah, you can kind of like, well, you can lean around and basically see basically all of the room.
Yeah.
You're gonna lean this pretty much.
And I can see it as well since I'm kind of right behind him.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, like Siegfried and Skit are the only ones I can't see. I can't really see right now.
We'll go ahead and try and...
Hello. Can't do any choice.
Ren will try and take a shot at this person in the back. Light crossbow, go. 18.
Nice, that it.
That's an 8. That's a... Damage could be better, but it does damage.
Fire that thunks into the chest, and he like thunks in, rips through, like tears out several ribs. You can like stumbles to the side a bit, but rights itself.
Rowan is gonna go ahead and use his movement and then to reorient himself in a tactical maneuver by going over to the other door. Just like breach himself on it.
It's clear. Alexandria.
Alright, so is my Inspire a bonus action?
It's a free action, you can just do it. This game doesn't
so
really have bonus actions. I have that listed on a few of the gifts, but that's just so you can't use all of the gifts in one turn.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
so-
I'm obviously going to inspire Mange. Just saying, alright, you idiot, now you've got to get yourself out of this pickle. And then I just kind of, the one that's turning to face him, I have my.
I remind you,
pistol out
firing
and I just
into
shoot.
melee, they have an increased AC, and if you miss, you might hit an ally.
Hey, one thing real quick. The thing Mange touched was the word stone.
Yeah, you're reaching out for the weird stone, and then it turns.
But you said it reacts to something being touched.
Yeah, it was basically as soon as you went inside of the room, they got triggered. They just took a second.
Ah, alright.
So basically, crossing the threshold is what triggered them.
Well, can I still touch the word stone?
So, yeah, you can reach out and tap it as a free action on your turn.
Alright.
Just grab it, pocket it. But yeah.
So I'm not gonna risk trying to, because I don't
Yeah,
trust
like-
my aim
like-
all that much.
like
so I'm
aim to
going
shoot
to
it
go
and
for
me
this-
kind of moving around.
Let's see. How do I?
You can use the little circle with the line in it to go ahead and, drag yourself with that.
Also, just
Huh?
for...
Circle with the line?
Top left. The
So-
control panel.
There's, this thing. Yeah, it's like a ruler inside of a circle.
When you used to look like a changed it.
Is this considered tight quarters, and so would I get disadvantage with my, axe? Like, is this a really small room, or is it, like,
But
open
yeah.
ceiling?
I think the roof would be tall enough. Yeah, you're not that
You're not, is it cramped?
it's about tall enough that Kong's head would be scraping the ceiling. So yeah, I think you're about you're high 4 foot. So yeah, you'd be fine.
Okay,
Kong will have a hard time, and Siegfried might be a little cramped, but you're fine.
okay.
Plus, Mange has my inspiration, so we can add on what is my modifier? It's
Oh, and remember your inspiration is you can do that when they make the attack. You don't have to give it beforehand. You know, as he's swinging, you see like, oh, he missed by 1. Okay, have the extra plus my charisma mod.
You,
All right,
as their weapon is coming down, you're just like, you better fucking hit!
all right.
Kind of.
All right, so I'm going to shoot this guy right here.
So like as Rowan tucks and dies out of the way, you bring up the pistol and fire.
All right, let me roll for my pistol. Doesn't have any hit or damage plus. Is that supposed to be there?
Yeah, because it's just your attack bonus plus your dex, which includes. That's just like
Attack bonus.
additional mods.
Alright, so attack bonus plus my dex.
No, you don't need to put in anything, it does it by itself. Just leave them as 0.
Alright.
Yeah, that's for any additional stuff.
Maybe you should have.
Would you like to use a reroll?
You
I
can't
will.
you
I
can't
would
re-roll
indeed.
attack. You can re-roll
Oh, right.
ability checks. So, fun thing with pistols is that black powder is fairly experimental. So since Alexandria brings up the pistol, there's a crack. I'm like, what? And then they got there's a pop inside of the gun and something shoots out.
Ah, crap.
So you take
Oh
8
my-
damage. Like a little shot of metal gun zips out and kind of skims
How much
across your
HP does Alexandra even have, Max? Like 20-some?
Not a fair amount. She took HP. It's got 22 total.
So, you're down to 14 HP.
They're not quite staggered yet. But yeah, you're kind of holding this pistol, the bit of metal zips out and scratches across your cheek. And it's like the gun kind of crumbles, and you're gonna have to get that fixed.
Son of a bitch, this rusty piece of shit.
Ha ha! My lady shoots off!
Meanwhile, Mange is
Shut up,
getting
you're about to
with a
die. Hey,
Yeah,
big fella, mind getting in there?
Yeah, Alexander, you can still move in there if you want. I mean, I can't because I can't think
Move aside to fucking fix your gun.
You can move to get out of the way of anybody if you want.
You can move it to 30 feet.
30. Oh, no, she's enough.
35?
I think so.
No, 35 is Skaven.
Oh,
Yeah,
she gets
we have
advantage.
that natural dexterous, we have the 5 additional movement of Skaven.
Yeah, so I'm just like, the gun misfires, hits her in the cheek, and she's gonna like dive to the side to get out of people's way.
Fucking fiddle with the gun and try and fix it.
That's not even something you can repair in the field. That's something you need to go and like, get a forge.
Fair. Alright, now it would be Mr. Zweihander's turn.
Mr. Sig.
Mr. Zweihander's gonna try to sneak over to where Rowan is. And
Yeah, I'm throwing in the back.
yes. No, and no, if he manages to get there, he wants to offer one end of the piece of twine to him. And just kind of whisper to him like, got it. And he's gonna try to sneak past the doorway and tie it at the other end.
So you're trying to like set up a tripwire along here?
Yeah.
Alright,
To be fair, there was an explosion over here as well as the
yeah,
crossbow.
roll a sleight of hand.
Alright.
Head over there.
Let's see if that actual tripwire exists or doesn't.
Yeah, it's like this like thin piece of cord.
Oh no!
Yeah, is you're gonna hand it to Rowan, walk across, and
You
Trip.
It was a bit shorter than you thought. So as you're gonna set up, this is like kind of like, oh, it's getting a bit long. Oh, but that's good. It should be tight. And just snap. Or just the string just snaps into. You're both holding like a couple foot.
Run.
Well, this is going swimmingly thus far, everyone!
I was just looking at you like,
And that
really?
one is that 20, but in the wrong place.
You're gonna Rowan just probably hear Siegfried just under try not to straight up curse, just like
And Rowan's just going, shh.
yeah, just kind of he's gonna take up position by his
Yeah,
This
just
side
like
of the door.
taking out your greatsword properly because you're gonna let go of it to do that. Kind of leaned against the wall and you're like, fuck, picking it up.
Yeah.
And now the blob thing. There was a loud boom over here. So,
Alright, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
yeah. You see these like big guys that kind of jerkily get to their feet and kind of like, with a puppet, if they're very bad puppeteer, kind of like start stumbling and like jerkily walking towards you.
Well, shit.
They look like somebody with Tourette's just having a bad day.
Yeah, kind of. So jerkily.
No offense to anyone with Tourette's, it's just fucking funny, okay?
Would step
Fuck you,
over and it would see Rowan first.
Rowan's fucking dying right now.
I actually fucking died there. Holy shit.
Yes, there's the one thing of the Kong had to dash to get there because these things are not that fast. The one getting up to like Alexander just kind of like jerkily steps around the thing, sees you, then just kind of reaches out with this weird like clawed hand like thing, just like plunge its arm into your chest. That's a natural 2. Kind of reaches out for that, and you just like take a step backward and stumbles and almost falls over on the steps, barely running itself. The one stepping over and going for Rowan is holding like this broken end of string. Oh, natural 19.
Are you fucking serious?
Is that the one that's attacking Rowan?
Yeah.
But yeah, how would it know that I was...
So it's kind of like turning, taking a step. It's fair, you were like trying to be hidden.
Yeah.
Roll
I
a,
would suggest, I mean, Siegfried
Give it
was
disadvantage.
running across.
yeah, roll a stealth. I won't give you disadvantage because there was a loud boom over here, which would draw the attention.
Okay.
Yeah, roll that to see if like a bit of you poked out at the wrong time.
Nope, he
Alright.
succeeded.
Yeah, no, it was attracted to the boom then. Good call.
Fuck.
So then the
Some
3
simp
attacking.
you are.
And then the 3 attacking the visible target of Mange. That is 12, a 14, and a 15.
The 15 hits, that's it.
That is 5 damage. And then give me a luck or will
Wait,
save.
to who? To me? Oh, to him.
No, the one
wait.
that you missed. This is them attacking Mange. So 5 damage to Mange. And Mange, you can make a luck will or take 1 charisma damage.
Charisma damage? Fail.
Yeah. So you reduce your current charisma by 1.
Like permanently?
It's the current one. Like when you take a rest, you can replenish it.
Alright, so I'm down to 9 for the
The
moment.
things in these games that you can choose to not take them because succeeding them lowers your will. Like if you don't care about your charisma, you can just take the hit.
But, well, I already rolled it, so.
Yeah, but you failed either way. Yeah, you just drop your charisma. This thing kind of, as these things are like kind of scratching at you with these weird like fleshy, globby hands, and like one kind of gets like a slight scratch in your shoulder, and you feel this like almost like drain out of you, like you get like a little bit pale. You just feel like something that makes Mange that kind of flow out of the wound.
I care slightly less about Shiny.
And Mange, what is Get Scratch doing?
Alright, Mange is currently surrounded by 3 motherfuckers that are blobby as shit and want to kill him. Is he basically pinned in place?
This is Skit Scratch. Skit Scratch going first. I'm just,
Alright.
Since you're his bird, I'll let you say what Skit Scratch does.
Alright, Mange says to Skit Scratch, "Stabs blobby things!" And just basically tells him to attack whatever the nearest one that I'm assuming is already attacking somebody is, so. Because I remember, I remember Mange having something like, Skit won't fight alone.
You shout that and it sees the like conch raising of his hammer to go for that, and he runs over and starts jabbing his knives at it.
So.
That's a natural 3 for his first attack, so he goes in to stab that and like goes between 2 of the ribs and kind of pulls it out awkwardly. And this weird double thing. Would have been an 18, but it's an offhand, so it's disadvantage. So he's kind of stabbing at it, but he's used like stabbing like living things. He's kind of stabbing through non-vital bits, and it's really confused as to why it's not working.
No, stab other parts!
It's like,
Alright, Mange at this point is going to be like, yeah, I'd rather not die to these things, so he is going to rage.
and remember, a thing you can do is when you take a hit, you can rage in response to the hit to half the
Oh,
damage of it.
can I posthumously do it in response to that 5 damage?
For the first few sessions, I'll give you guys some leniency in this.
Yeah, alright.
You get like, as it scratch you, just like this rage fills you.
Is it round up or round down?
Round down?
So
And I
I
just kind of say, I swear to God, if you miss this, and I give you my.
Well, you can choose after he rolls. You might hit.
so I have a plus
Wait
2
on
and
that.
I have a
Well,
plus 2 to hit and a
roll.
plus 2 to damage.
If you miss, she can give you the She can give you the bonus.
Alright,
Which
so
is plus
you,
30.
you give it after the roll.
by the way, in response to chat, I don't know how to set it up so you can actually see how much favor you have, so. Mange, so I'm assuming this one's already wounded.
Yeah, that one has like a big hole in its chest where a crossbow bolt ripped through it.
Alright, so Mange is just going to be like, get away! And, swing really hard at that one. Can I re-roll that since I still... No, it's an attack roll,
No,
right?
Yeah, you can't reroll
Nope,
it.
but does it make a difference if I give him
A
my
natural one is still a fumble, and the plus 2 wouldn't, regardless. Yeah,
Oh, wait.
you're like screaming out, get away, you swing the axe, and they can be surprisingly nimble. As you kind of swing that and it steps back, you kind of hit the floor. As another one reaches out and goes to slash at you, and as you're like, kind of trying to wrench out the floor. And that is a 14.
Doesn't hit.
Barely misses. You feel it kind of scratch across like the metal plate on your shoulder.
So Mange is going to, turn around and sort of as a free action just touch the word stone on the table.
You reach out and kind of grab it and roll your 2d100.
Alright, so what are my options? 66 and 40.
Ghostly voices fill the air for d10 minutes, or your hair stands on end for d10 hours.
Ghostly voices fill the air just like around me?
Yeah, it's kind of like in an area around you for a bit.
No, be the
Alright.
fuzzy rat.
So you could poof up and look massive.
Alright, Mange is going to poof. So what was it?
Yeah, so roll a d10.
For 9 hours?
Yeah, so he reaches out and kind of grabs like as he's kind of like wrenching the axe out of one hand, he grabs this witch and shoves it in his pocket. And as you touch it, you feel this like shock go up you, like you just like touch the metal pipe after rubbing your feet on the carpet. Just means just poofs. Every
Mange,
hair on fire, stuck on end.
Mange pauses for half a second, turns around, and just goes, "Rah!"
If these things were in any way intelligent, that might be effective and intimidating.
Yeah. But Mange doesn't understand that they aren't.
Yeah, you can mark the weird stone in your pocket.
Alright, so as of right now, Mange has picked up 2 additional word stone.
And then this thing is coming towards him, so he's gonna bring the club down its head. With a natural 1!
Oh my god!
Why?
My dice, apparently. He's gonna bring up this hammer and slams it down. Again, the thing being surprisingly fast in short bursts. It's kind of ducks and goes and goes to like, jab him in the gut. But it rolls an 11 and just jabs him and hits the belly. He's kind of laughing as he's trying to subtly pull his hammer out of the ground. Don't look at her hammer. There we go. Rowan.
Rowan's kind of like...
My plan didn't work.
He's kind of like doing a little bit of a peek in there, and he looks over at Siegfried while he's reloading. He's just like, I think this one's on you, buddy. I can't get anywhere near those guys. And Rowan's gonna spend his action reloading his gun. Or his bolt.
They're on like puts the
Siegfried
bucket and
just,
starts pulling up the string.
Siegfried sighs, just said, I'll try to chop at 1 once that thing's reloaded. Shoot the other one.
It's not your turn.
It's Alexander's
Alright.
turn.
Yeah,
The
Rowan's,
one in front of me, I do have a knife, so I'm just gonna try to stab this thing as hard as I can.
Yeah, so as it's like stumbling on the step, you just pull out this knife and gonna shank it. Roll your attack.
Another one! Oh my god! Oh my god!
You've got to be fucking
Can
kidding
we
me.
get all of the fucking bad luck out of the way already? God damn it, roll funny.
It's only been Rowan that's been doing good. Holy shit!
Yeah, as you kind of go to pull the knife out and you find like kind of stuck, and you look down and see like it's cold, but you didn't think it was that cold. There's like a small sheen of ice on it, which kind of wrench it for a second before ripping it out. But in the time it took to do that, thing is right to itself, and you see it brings down its weird claw at you. That's a 12. It slices through the air in front of you.
I think it's time we all consider the pros of becoming flesh pup.
Alright, Siegfried.
Siegfried's gonna. 1 second. I just want to check a rule real quick. Siegfried's gonna switch his stance to charger, and he's gonna charge in at this one.
So Siegfried kind of like takes out the sword, kind of drops down to a stance and goes running in. Sword kind of held in a low grip, so you won't accidentally hit the roof.
Yeah.
The roof is big enough that you're not going to be hampered by it. You're not doing massive overhead swings, you're kind of keeping it low.
So it doesn't get an advantage on my attack while I'm charging, and I get to knock it prone if I succeed. Or,
Yeah, and you get a +2 to hit and to damage
Alright.
while you're charging. Well, when you actually get the charge.
Alright, so is each of these blocks 5 feet?
Yes.
So 5, 10.
Yeah. You have to move at least 20 foot. Yeah, you can get into any of them.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack this one.
Ooh, hey. Zach.
Yeah?
We have a buff. Malal buff.
Oh.
So, actually we have two.
Oh, two buffs.
Ooh.
So this is the table. So how many buffs do we have listed?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, so roll 2d6. I'll let you do it, Zach, because you are the DM.
3 and a
Alright.
1.
So, Blessing of Regeneration and Renaud's Thumb Up.
Okay.
So, both of these are directed at single characters. The first one, Renaud's Thumb Up, was classic. So, whoever you want to apply it to will get advantage on their next roll to hopefully overcome a fucking fumble.
One of the blocks if you want.
Yeah, you can give it to literally anyone. It can be one of our allied NPCs, it can be one of these fucking enemy blob things, it can be one of us. And then for Marius, you can choose a character to heal for D4 plus 1. Alright, so Siegfried gets advantage on his next roll. And Marius, who do you want to heal, if anybody? It can be an enemy, it can be us.
It's like as Siegfried is dropping into this position, you just feel this like surge of energy from some unknown eldritch place.
Oh,
that
I love this
running
guy.
in.
I love
Alexandria, roll 1d4 plus 1.
this guy. Alright.
So 2 HP.
And as Alexandria's there, you feel like you feel like tender stroke of some unknown entity, which has the same nice soothing feeling. Doesn't really help, but like you know, feel a little bit better. Like the wound, like that cutting you hurts a little less.
Alright.
Yourself for that. And Siegfried goes running in an advantage on your attack now. Advantage and +2. Double that one.
So...
Should I just roll again anyway?
Yeah, roll again so you didn't roll with advantage.
Okay, yeah, it's a good thing we had advantage.
Yeah.
Oh god, look at your damage roll as well. You got double 12.
Damn. Kill
Double
it to death.
12. Wait, wouldn't I be doubling to 16? Oh, double.
No,
That
it's
is
on the damage, you automatically, because you roll with advantage.
okay.
Yeah, thing normally. Yeah. Yeah, you got a max damage, you just run in this off of its head.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like
Beautiful.
running and feel this energy fuse, you just and the head just rolls to the floor and the body's kind of twitches for a second, you kind of whack it with the pommel to make sure, and it collapses to the floor and it scatters apart.
Nice, nice.
And it is now the
Excellent
blobby's
shit.
turn. So, there. Got one against Kark, which just hits. 3 damage and does not care about charisma. So you'll take the charisma hit. Let me mark it because he does not have a whole bunch of charisma. And then one will attack and skip scratch with a natural 3. One attacking Alexandria with a total of 9. And then here they kind of actually no, but like this they're outnumbering me. They're gonna keep there and keep like pressing their attack, trying to hurt me. Wow! That is a natural 2 and a 14.
Neither of them hit. So, no fumble for me to swing back at?
No, it was a natural 2, not a 1.
But they didn't hit me, from the sounds of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the blobs did nothing.
Alright.
Even with that +1 for flank.
Mange, screams at Skit, stab.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna keep shanking at the one in front of him. Ooh, natural 20.
Woo, beautiful.
He comes in and does maximum damage. That is 8, 9. Yeah, that's 10 health. So he goes in and like one knife jabs it right in the clavicle, it's gonna down through the chest. Like would definitely like puncture a heart, and that would be a kill on most people. You can
On a living being.
And it turns towards him. He kind of squeaks and goes to jab his double dagger into it. Oh, double 9. That may actually hit these guys. He has a +3 to hit, so that exactly hits. Like squeaks and jabs that, and like jabs it in like one blade in each eye, it just penetrates through the skull. And it kind of squeaks, stabs that in, and it kind of jerks several times and then collapses off his knife.
Can Mange see that well enough from where he is right now?
There's a lot of blobs in the way.
Alright, yeah.
I think you'd hear like the squeak of it not working and the stab and something collapse. So it sounds like he did something successful.
Aha! Sounds good! Mange is going to fucking he's still raging because it was in reaction to the other thing. This is the last turn for his rage.
Yeah, it will end at the end of your turn.
Yep. So, swing axe at non-wounded one. And would that hit? 11?
No, Alexandria, do you want to give him the buff?
Absolutely. I just say, you better not fucking miss this, or I'll kill you myself.
As Janice, as Alexandria is struggling to get her knife out of her sheath. Yeah, with that's a +2, I think. Alexandria.
+3, actually.
+3.
So
yeah, as she
14.
shouts that, you just feel like, I'll fucking show you, as you jam the blade into the thing's head. And 15 damage, you just basically almost cut it in half. Cutting it in half, like...
That lady couldn't kill me if she wanted!
It's gonna bring the axe, hits in the shoulder, and you can pull it down, kind of getting caught on the hips and not quite cutting it in two. Yeah, it kind of slops to the sides and collapses down. Kark, the one that he wanted to squish, is now down. I think he cares. I think he would care more about Alexandria than he does about the little rat thing.
She's at least pretty.
Yeah. You're like, like, not the worst I've seen. He's goes to bring the hammer to smack it. That just barely hits. Kanki has not been rolling good. But then his damage. This is why you guys should have been afraid if he'd hit you during that fight. Fucking win.
Wow, what a shitty roll, though. He probably barely hits him and glances like half of his body off, but he's still alive.
Although, also, when a creature within range of him becomes staggered, he gets a free attack on it.
Oh!
Yeah, so, you can
So he swings again.
See if it's alive and then goes to hit it at the end of the hand and finish it off. And hits, and he cannot roll less than 2. Hits it with that, seems annoyed that it's still alive and brings the hammer down, just squashes it onto the stairs. Alexandria kind of gets splattered with a bit of gore. It's like weird, like very red flesh kind of slaps onto your face.
I'm just kind of like very out of breath, kind of holding my hand. Hey, not bad, big fella.
Smirks and then turns to go and smack the other one. Rowan? Hey, you've got a crossbow reloaded, and the two that are left are in combat. Are in melee.
Rowan is. He plans on going ahead and take. That's actually a good question on what we want to. Or I want to do. Rowan would probably go ahead and do like move up with his crossbow. Maybe do a little acrobatic somersault just for flavor-wise. Here.
Kind of doing the what's it? Was it the office parkour?
Parkour!
Gonna jump
Parkour!
on the stage, let people do a roll, come up. Yeah, parkour!
Right in front of him is the warp stone, just like.
They come up out of roll, see that, you grab it.
Yeah, he's gonna grab it.
Roll your D100.
Come on, give me some horrific effects. Hey!
88. Yeah, so as you touch it, you feel this like shock go through you, and it's fun, like your thoughts like weirdly cloudy. And roll me a D10.
Okay. 5.
Reduce your current willpower by 1 for 5 minutes. You just feel like this shock of energy go through you, and kind of like a slight headache, like you can't quite think as quickly as normally. Oh god.
And yeah, that was my action, I assume.
No, you can just grab it and put it in your pocket. It's not hard.
Then.
Imagine you just have like a pouch on the side, it's not hard, just shove it in.
Okay, the question is, would Mange forgive me if I accidentally... You know how fucking bad I am with shooting into combat.
And Skit does only have 6 hit points, so one shot is likely to kill him.
Yeah, no, I don't,
Mange will forgive you for shooting him in the shoulder, but he won't necessarily forgive you for shooting his friend. But would Rowan realize this in the moment?
Yeah. Well, there's like Nikki at the moment, there's the massive form of Kank in the way as well. Like, there's a fair amount in the way of this guy.
He would see this one as an easier shot than this one.
You could like shoot that one between Siegfried's legs.
Yeah. It's just locked on target. Man.
Careful.
You're gonna come up out of the roll, kind of aiming that, see that, grab, shove it in your pocket.
Nope.
Fire that.
But it wasn't a fumble.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fumble.
Roll a D3.
Oh wait. Fucking 1 out of 100.
You rolled a 1 out of D3.
Well, that counts.
Oh.
So if it was a 33 or less. So,
wait,
yeah, roll
who
a hit
hit?
Mange.
Siegfried or Mange? Should we do
Siegfried is not in the melee.
Alright,
He's
so...
not actually engaged. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd hit Mange.
Yeah, you re-roll the attack to see if you actually hit him. You might just hit him in the armor.
Yep, actually, no! So it ended at the end of my turn, right?
Yes. You can rage again if you want.
Do I have another rage?
If you bought it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got the one, so you take it as your thing. So yeah, you're out of rages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like, kind of coming down a bit, like the phone's leaving now, you go, the bolt just embed itself in your side.
It's alright!
You're not quite staggered, so you feel like most of it got absorbed by the armor, it's kind of like, it's poking you awkwardly and annoyingly in the hip. Because until you actually get staggered, it's not really damaged.
Mange is just gonna like glare at Rowan and say, "Other words turn mine."
as you look back and see it's not on the table anymore.
Yeah.
Rowan just does the guilty shrug, just
Alex.
Alright, so the thing in front of me is dead, right?
Yeah, it got smushed. It's just that's the one that is on the initiative tracker.
Alright.
So this is gonna move that out of the way.
Okay, so since I kind of know Skid
Ooh.
Scratch a
Hold
bit
up.
better, I'm probably gonna
Hold
go
up, we
with,
got a debuff.
Oh.
We'll all debuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 of those, so roll 1d10.
10.
Alright, so it's unfortunate. Reduce somebody's luck by 1. Who's losing some luck?
I would say when it says PC, you can also pick one of their allies. It can't go Skid Scratch if you want.
Yeah. So any of the actual players, not the enemies. Mange loses a luck. Well, thanks! I appreciate it.
Alright.
It's shot in the back. Well, I mean, to be fair, you
Yeah,
did get shot
it's
in
been
the back.
unfortunate.
Thanks, Classic.
Yeah, you just feel this bolt hit him in the side, and then God just gives him the middle finger. Alright, Alexandria, continue.
Alright, since I have known Skid Scratch for a while longer, I'm probably gonna go help him out. And I'm gonna try to stab him again.
Yeah, you finally break the bit of ice and yank that knife out of the sheath. You do have it outnumbered, so you get a +1 on the attack. So you can increase the hit mod by 1.
Oh, I increase it by 1? Alright.
Yep. And when you outnumber something, you get a +1 on the attacks. 14 hits. These kind of
5 damage.
drive that knife into the back of its skull. Something like a crack and squelch, but then as you're holding it there, the head kind of starts to turn to look towards you. You kind of hold along with the knife for a second before you yank it out. Right, Siegfried. Just Siegfried. Is he back?
He's not.
Yeah, you're muted if you're saying things.
Oh, I fucked up. Yeah, Siegfried's gonna move over towards this bleedy fleshy, and is just gonna, I'll take a swing at it.
Get a +1 because it's outnumbered. Yeah, so this is a slight modification of the game's rules, because normally if you're flanking, you get a +1. But since I find that tends to make combats evolve into a line, I just modified it to being if you outnumber the person, then you get the +1. But fights can become a normal blob. Yeah, and 8, you go and swing that in, and again, these things are surprisingly fast in short bursts. So, swing that in, and it kind of zips out of the way, you kind of skim just past.
Alright.
As now it is the blob's turn. Well, since you just swung at it, it's going to turn and go to Scratch and Siegfried. Ooh, that is a 18. I assume that hits Siegfried.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 3 damage. And 1 charisma damage, unless you want to try and...
What the hell? I'll try to resist the charisma damage.
Just remember, if you resist it, and you do successfully, then that drops down your luck, and there might be something later that you want to save it more.
Actually, yeah, fuck that. He'll
The
take
thing,
it.
if you don't really use charisma, you might as well take the hit. Because until something's going to drop you down to a 3, you're basically fine. You don't use it. You're just
Yeah,
trying
fuck it.
more difficult to get words out and stuff.
He'll just take the prettiness hit.
And you feel small amount of the thing that makes you get kind of sucked out with fingers. And the other one, Alexandria just stabbed it in the back of the head, so it's going to turn and just scratch at her. That's correct. That is an 11. It goes the scratch out, and Alexandria backflips out of the way.
Nice, I'm getting acrobatic.
Gets grad misses with the first one, and just barely misses with his offhand. Mange.
All right, Mange's turn. Mange has
trying to stab at it, but again going for the chest, but there's not really anything of value. It's like,
Mange just like turns to this one and just like, "You die now." Okay, that should kill it.
Yep.
You right.
Yeah, you scream, "You die!"
Alright.
And just cut it in half.
Mange just sort of smiles as a result.
Yeah, so the top off kind of like tries to like
You die
fall
now.
towards you for a second and then collapse.
And Mange has a lot of movement and can just scurry over here, basically.
Which means runs over to join the curb stomp. Alright, can't.
Speaking of curb stomp,
Not bad. Rowan. Conker's like trying to swing this hammer, but there's too many little people in the way. He's like, fucking out of my way!
So Mange was Rowan was gonna go ahead and like raise his finger, just like I'm gonna heal, and like Mange is already gone. So, Rowan is gonna go ahead and inspect. Well, yeah, it seems like they have this pretty covered, so he's gonna go ahead and start inspecting this item on the table, I suppose.
Seems to be this like statuette, so like like 8 inches or so large, and just seems to be this ivory statue of a coil-up snake. Looks basically like the token.
Would I begin? Could I begin trying to inspect it for any magical properties while these guys are all fighting?
I think that like takes a minute or so.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying I'm pretty much just giving my turn up, since they're all pretty much taking on this one guy.
Yeah, sensing magic is a few minutes. Yeah, so it's kind of like, they got that, as you're like picking it up and like examining it, and like looking at the magic around it. Alex, you can rip your dagger out of the head and it's attacking at you.
yeah, I've got nothing else to do other than just do it again.
Another stab.
Another stab. Let's do this. One moment.
Okay, that should kill it. Or hit it, at least.
22. Yeah, so you go and you stab into it again, like again hitting like the side of the head. Takes the hit and it jerks to the side and it's like trying to scratch at you again, still alive. It has become staggered, so Khan gets his free hit on it. Free attack on it.
Stop throwing shit off the table.
Oh. As he gets a natural 19. Yeah. So as Alexander like stabs it in the side, it like turns towards her again as she rips the knife out, and then it just goes splat under the hammer. Can't crushes it. It is like, I was very disappointed at how that fight went last session, because if it hit one of you, would have got an immediate free hit again. It's like you should have been a lot harder to fight.
Well, the combat is over, so probably the combat music should go too.
I just kind of look over at Mange and I just kind of smack him upside the head. You fucking idiot!
Mange turns back and slaps her in the boobs.
We cut to black.
Roll for jiggle. Roll for jiggle physics.
Are we
for
trying to
jiggle
roll high or
physics.
low?
Yes.
Nat 1, it goes backwards. You're
There.
confused.
Yes, it does a 737 to roll. Whatever that means.
Sounds like a Tony Hawk.
All right. Well, now we have to make a jiggle
Make that
physics
noise.
table.
I mean, that's up to you guys. You can make that if you want.
Anyway, moving
Yeah,
on.
The fight is finished. You guys can do a short rest if you want.
Mange is going to do a short rest to get his rage back at the very least.
You get 3 per day. So the first one you get 3 rolls.
Does it go 3, 2, and 1
Yes.
modified by your kind mod? Okay.
And
Which
it goes 3, 2, and 1, and you get an additional number equal to your con mod, which you can take at any point. Which you can add to
So
any of them.
what are we rolling for this again? Willpower.
For the rest, it is a will check.
So we'll save
still
or
pass.
we'll check.
We'll
I
check.
will check. It's not a save.
No luck.
On the handout is what you can do.
Alright, so
And then I'll say the NPCs, since they don't really have abilities and stuff to use, I'll just say that whenever they're short rest, they just heal half of what they've lost. That's the con mod.
Alright, so the first one is going to be to recover HP. So half of what I lost total, I have lost 9 HP. So half of that be rolled down.
Yeah, everything is rounded down, so you recover
Round
4
up.
plus the con mod.
4 plus 2, so 6 HP back. So Mange is back up to 20.
Just
And,
sit down for a second, you can like check over the wounds that you're talking. Like you got a scratch, you can gank the bolt out of your side, throw it back at me, throw it back at Rowan.
And I'm gonna do a second one. Do I have to do a separate one to try and regain my the rage?
Technically, one you get 3 rolls. So you use 3 rolls on your first rest. Yeah, you cannot roll them if you don't want them, but you get the 3 rolls.
All right, so I've got I succeeded on the first 2. So can I did that heal? Can I just get my rage back for another encounter?
Yeah. So the first one is the heal. The second one is your rage. I don't think you're down any reroll, and you only have the 1 ability, so you don't really need to roll a third. You can if you want for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Yeah, Alexander and Siegfried. You
Oh
guys
god damn it!
I just kind of say,
your rest if you want.
do any of you fucking idiots know how to repair a gun? It's like mine broke in this mess.
Rowan, while like looking at this magical statue, just if it was magic, yes, but I don't know anything about artificing.
It's not
Right.
it's not rattling gun. It's weird.
Yeah, kind of looks like that's the tiniest lead belcher I've seen. I don't know.
Great. Guess this thing's-
Siegfried's gonna just say like, I could have a look at it.
Eh,
Out of character, he has no real skill. I think would be related, but
I mean,
try.
you are a mercenary. Like, what is your background?
True.
Is your background mercenary? Yes. Yeah, I think, like, yeah, Soldier of Fortune, you've definitely seen guns before, like, you've seen people, like, do some field repairs to them, so you might be able to do something.
He'll give it a go.
You'd have the best chance out of anybody. You've actually seen a gun before.
Alright, here you go. Give it a shot.
I just
Give it a shot, fuck buddy.
Give it a shot. There you go.
Oh,
Bashes it with a fucking handle of the Swy-hander, just cracks it in half. Here you go.
So which stat would I be rolling?
It is a general law with intelligence.
Fuck.
Can he choose to re-roll that potentially?
no, he doesn't have the skill. Wait,
Yeah. If you don't have, do you not have general law?
He has insight.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
like
you don't have you don't have general law. So yeah, you can have
No
look at it, you
reroll.
can like, try and like buff it out a bit. You make it look a bit better, but you don't know how to do the internals. Like, you've seen somebody fix one before, but he had a whole bunch of equipment and it took him like 20 minutes. So you can like buff it out and like, I don't know.
You can still intimidate someone with it. This is some advanced
You kind
stuff.
of make it like look like it's not broken, but it won't fire. You can point it at somebody and it'll look scary.
Thanks anyway.
Are you feeling
Take it
lucky,
back,
punk?
And I just start trying to do a short rest as well.
Yeah, so short rest in this game is very short. It's basically like a minute or two. Like quickly bandage yourself up, take a breather. Can't just like looks down and wipes the blood off of the already clotting wound.
Alright, so what do I roll for it?
It's in the handout that I showed to everybody. Not magic. Yeah, it is. You get free will checks, and you can do one of the things for every success you get.
Alright, so what should I roll then? What
It is
stat-
it is will. Just
Will. Alright.
No skill, just the will stat. And you roll that 3 times.
Alright.
One success. Just roll it twice more. 2 success. Okay. So you got 2 successes, so you can pick two of the things.
Alright. So what does that do?
You can pick 2 of those. Yeah, I don't think you've used any real force, so I think you just want the healing, get back your inspiration.
Yeah, healing.
Okay, you can mark back your inspiration, then you heal. You lost 8, so you heal 4 plus your con mod.
Yay,
Alright,
they
so-
can inspire me to not be shit again.
So 1, 2, 3. And then what is it next? Plus my con, you said?
Yeah, so you'd heal up 6.
Oh, I'm fully healed then. And
Oh, I miscounted. I thought you'd lost 8, you'd lost 6. So you'd regain
So
5,
we-
so you'd have to drop 1 hit point.
alright, fair enough. Alright, so I did that, and then my inspiration's back. That's cool. Cool.
Cool.
Siegfried, do you want the rest?
Yeah, he's gonna take a short rest and use it to regain uses of maneuvers.
You can roll your willpower. You get 3 rolls, but it's the first short rest.
Okie doke. Three rolls, you said?
3 willpower. That's 2 successes, that's all you need. You can actually use 3 because you have used 2 abilities. But yeah, so you can heal, recover abilities. You can pick 2.
Wait, I can heal and recover abilities?
Yeah, because you got 2 successes, so you can pick 2 off of the list.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he's gonna regain abilities and heal. I believe it's.
So you pick up one of your abilities, so you can get back adaptable or supplies.
I'll do adaptable, and he's gonna.
And then you heal
So
1
for-
half of what you've lost plus your con mod.
All
So you
right.
get back 1 plus it.
Wait, so can I go beyond my maximum then,
No,
or?
you can only heal.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, just back to full then.
Yeah, you can't overheal by putting a bandage on.
I have become more durable.
Ugh.
So he kind of like looks down at the slight scratch on his chest and just kind of like puts like a quick patch over the armor to see it back up.
Holy Sigma! Bless this ravaged body!
Oh, Lord. Thank you, Soul Spire.
Yeah, so a witch hunter walks in and kills you all for being heretic.
So,
We have the big gun.
a Skaven, an ogre, and a witch hunter walk into a bar. A witch hunter leaves.
The witch hunter leaves and comes back with reinforcements.
No, a witch hunter
Wait,
just
no.
leaves.
The witch hunter killed
Nothing
the
else
bartender
ever
for
leaves.
allowing this.
Nobody else leaves the bar ever again.
Oh.
The
That is-
bar is cleansed and holy flame.
Basically. Shit some.
Yeah, you guys take a second to see these weird, like, half fleshy corpses kind of on the ground now. And everyone's looking at this statue.
Yeah.
So, and you can roll your intelligence or perception check.
It is
Go
a
on,
arcane
please.
lore check to determine its magical properties, I believe.
No. Any character may spend a few minutes to make an intelligence or perception check, but if they do not have arcane lore, it is at disadvantage. Yeah, it's just
Alright,
into
so,
perception.
as he's doing this, Mange is going to come back into the room and try and pick it up immediately.
Yes, as Rowan said,
Currently
like,
holding it.
30, yeah, he's like looking at it from all angles, kind of. Yeah, he's like holding it and looking at it.
Mange is going to be attempting to take it from his hands.
Do you want to do contested, like, sight of hand, or...?
So yeah, Mange roll a strength. Athletics if you have it. Rowan, you can oppose it with Dex. or strength.
Alright, you succeed. You manage to keep it away from Mange just because you're taller.
Yes, yeah, Rowan just stands on the table and holds it up, and you're like,
Give shiny!
Listen, after I go ahead and find out if it's of any value, you can either have it or I can give you the warp stone. Just be patient.
as you're in the house and Conk is kind of leaning on the door frame. He put it in, but it would be awkward and uncomfortable.
Actually, I'll kind of hang out. I'll kind of hang out with the big guy because he kind of saved my life a couple times.
Yeah, he's kind of leaning on
Over
the
here
door.
shooting the shit with the ogre.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, you got the intelligence. Yeah, it's not magical.
Oh, so it's just a shiny?
Yeah, it's just a nice statue. Well, you can probably get a good price for it. What did you get actually? You got a great success. Let's say you could guess this would be around the ballpark of 150 or so gold. But if you sold it to the right person.
Ron will go ahead and
it will take 10.
Ron will go ahead and he'll go ahead and look at Mange, look at Skit Scratch, say, "All right, one of you can have it."
Mange turns to Skit Scratch and sort of just glares.
He sort of okay. He like shuffles backwards.
Mange takes the statue.
Taking look for a second, like try and shove it into your backpack.
Nah, Mange takes the statue, walks over to Skit Scratch, glares at him again, grabs him around the shoulder and says, "You hold statue!"
He like takes it and kind of like, he doesn't have any bags. He's like, he's got like a tiny one for gold and another tiny one for woodstone. Holds it out and like his tail wraps around it and is holding it.
Mange smiles at this.
The mange you can mark it on your inventory just so we don't lose it. Scared is carrying it. You see that kind of slips every now and then. You have to reach out and correct it. The tail isn't that prehensile.
Alright,
Also,
I got it marked down.
Ron's planning on getting the bolts that he fired. I believe he fired 2 in total. One
Yeah,
would
we
be...
fired one which embedded into the wall here, another one which is in the wall there.
Wait, no, I mean, or wait, no. If one got shot into Mange, the other one got shot into the corpse,
he shot
and one
through.
got shot out here, actually.
Yeah, you shot one through this way, one out there, and one into.
Should I roll 3d4 to see if I go ahead and can recover?
Obviously, you get 2 of them back.
All right.
So the one that hit the wall had magic on it, so I'd say that would keep it intact for at least the duration of the magic, so you could go and pick that back up. Then the one main kind of ripped out, and it's up to him if he gives it back to you or not.
Keeping the bolt out of spot.
This is mine now.
You shot me with it.
Mange will not give the bolt back.
And just
Deadly man.
Except he will, because he really doesn't give a shit too much about it, but he will glare at you as he's handing it back.
Alright.
Now shoot Mange again!
Well, it was either him or Skit Scratch, so... Oh, well. Hey, maybe we can find some more warp stone down the road.
Well, keep in mind, Mange doesn't understand that, you were thinking about this trade-off in your head.
Yeah.
He just knows that you fucking shot him. So...
Alright. Should we get moving then?
Mange, is going to inspect the room to see if there are any more shinies hidden amongst the guts.
you can roll your detection.
Success?
You look around and you can like dig through something that kind of piled up. You find like mostly intact furniture. So there's like some chairs and stuff scattered around. In one corner, kind of like curled up in a ball, is this like skeleton, which seems to be is too small to be a normal human, so maybe a child. Yeah, nothing that seems to be valuable, nothing shiny.
Nothing
A
else
whole
in the room.
bunch of this weird red flesh, lumpy stuff, whatever it is.
Mange, after looking at the really small human, is just like, bah! And just like bashes it aside with his
Just
hands.
kicks
No shinies!
He kicks it, the skull kind of crunches and the bones scatter everywhere.
Mange turns to the door and starts walking out. Find more shiny! Oh no, he rolled a dice.
Yeah, just because I let you roll something doesn't mean that there is anything to find.
I know. No, I was commenting on the fact that you rolled something in the background, so that can mean fucking anything.
I just mess around with dice sometimes.
Sometimes.
Trying to mess with us as much as possible.
I do
Got
also
it.
do that on occasion. It's like, yeah, interesting. Really fun way to make players freak out. Because even saying I do it, you won't know if I'm just fucking with you, and I do it for actual reasons. Are you fucking with us, so it's an actual roll this time? What's going on?
Paranoia. Right.
Yeah. You guys heading out and continuing on?
Going to go
Ron's
scour
gonna-
the other houses.
I'm
Ron's
not
gonna-
making the mistake of leaving, of not being by the giant ogre's side. I'm sticking with him.
Siegfried, I think you've been out-simped.
Yeah, maybe
no.
we'll see.
Technically, Alexandria is
because-
simping the giant.
Basically, yeah. It's like reverse sim.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of hanging around the nearly 8-foot tall slab of flesh.
We are all the
Who
top
could
part of the
probably
challenge.
literally rip you apart with his you-know-what.
Listen, I just want to be friends.
I'm only into strictly platonic relationships with occasional hand-holding.
No, what? You crazy? You doing hand holding before marriage? What the fuck?
I just know that
That's
if
just
I
ogre.
if I leave this guy, there's probably going to be something that kills me. This being
Yeah.
next to this guy gives me the highest probability of surviving this thing.
Yeah, you're hanging out for your meat shield.
Yep. Mange,
Exactly.
Mange and Skit Scratch are basically going to follow along Rowan.
Oh. Ron, like, as he's walking over to the side of the building, sees you guys following. He's just like, why are you following me? I was just going to go ahead and get the high ground.
Mange looks at you and tilts his head. Why not follow?
I mean, you could check out the other buildings, but I'm gonna
Okay!
I'm gonna get a scouting position. If any of you
Mange.
have any ranged weapons.
Mange is basically gonna be going
Well,
over
I
towards this building here.
Did
Siegfried's
Yeah,
gonna.
moving stuff around.
Alright. Rowan is gonna use his grapple hook. Yeah, he has a grapple hook, that's right. To sling it up here and try and climb up onto the roof.
Alexa, you should be able to move Conk around as well. So if you want to move around, you can just say that Conk's coming with you.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, Rowan, there's like a
No,
lot
he's
of
over here now. No, he's over there. He's over there. He's over there.
Yeah.
He's over
It
there.
wouldn't be too
He's
hard.
still
There's a lot
here.
of rubble. So yeah, I'd just say, Rowan, you could like climb up the wall if you take him in.
Okay, do you want me to roll acrobatics or
No, actually,
Is Siegfried even
take
coming?
Take your time. There's a lot of rubble around. It's not a very hard climb.
okay. Eventually go
Clambers up under the roof. And Alex, Siegfried, you can all move yourselves around.
Yeah, Siegfried will probably kind of join the Skaven and like searching and looting.
Alright. So Mange is going to try and lead Siegfried and Skit over to this green roof building next to the tree from earlier.
So you head on down that way.
Yeah,
Start
basically.
poking around in the rubble. And I'd like to
Mange,
join you.
after the previous encounter, Mange is going to be a little more subtle. And by that I mean he's not going to just go charging in this time. He's going to try and stealth.
You've heard of the horned rat. Now get ready for the learned rat.
So yeah, just so you don't like bog it down before just rolling. Let's say one of you in that group roll detection. You have it with advantage.
Alrighty.
Rowan, you
I'll
do
do
the same. No advantage because you're by yourself.
Alright.
With advantage, so I have to roll that again. I didn't do it right. Great success.
Wait, you want me to roll stealth or detection?
Detection.
You said detection.
Okay.
I did pretty good.
But there's only one of you in that group would need to roll it. So that we didn't do everybody roll it.
Well, either way, it's a great success.
Yeah, you guys are really good at rolling detection. As you guys are kind of peeking around, you can don't see much in this room. It seems like burnt down, and it seems like somebody else looted through here before. But through some of the windows, you see a TFL glow coming from around this statue of seemingly weird stone. And Rowan, as you're kind of peeking around,
Yeah.
You look over. Look over and you see several chunks of wood kind of at the foot of the statue, almost like an offering. And then in front of it is what looks like a harp. And then on top of it, looks like not built into it, looks like somebody set the skull on top of it. Let me double check exactly what it looks like. Yeah, so it's this harp which looks like very nicely made, like proper mahogany wood. You can see silver kind of lining there. It looks like a very nice harp. Looks intact as well, which is surprising. And then on top of it is this bone white skull, but you can see lines and decorations across it which seem to glimmer a bit like there's some kind of metal in it. And then down in this pit you can see a slight green glow coming up, which you now associate with weird stone.
Okay. I had a question. Could I roll Arcane Lore to see if I would either know, if this is even a demon, or not if
like
it's
a statue.
Yeah, if I'd know what type or for what sort of creature it was, or to who it was.
He knows everything because he rolled a good arcane lore.
Yeah, with that, it doesn't seem to be of anybody in particular, but then it also looks like it doesn't look quite natural. The wings coming off the back don't look like they were carved, almost like they grew out of it, which isn't that weird for Mordheim. It looks like it was a normal statue, but it's been warped and changed by the weird shit going on. Yeah, it looks like it went from... It might have been a thing of Sigmar or something, because this was an Empire city. That'd be your guess, but it's been warped and changed by the general stuff.
I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, although with that you do also know there are creatures
Gargoyles.
that make themselves look identical to statues.
So Rowan's thinking.
Whenever you see a statue, there's always that bit of spark in me. It's that could be a gargoyle.
So these four are on the offering as well as whatever this is. Well, this one's
Yeah.
next.
There's several chunks of wood as well as a harp in the skull, and then seems to be at least one down in the pit.
Okay.
Mange
is
is
gonna
see all of the wheatstone chunks. See, there's a window here. See the wheatstone chunks on it, and then see a bit of a skull and some of the silver off of the harp.
This seems too good to be true.
I just was kind of man people searching the house.
Yeah, Mange just gotta search around. Detection?
Yeah, you've already rolled. You got your great success. Yeah, that's what you. There doesn't see anything of value in the house.
Alright, Mange is going to very slowly approach the giant pile of wordstone of the thing. And once he gets about here, assuming nothing happens yet,
Yeah, so you saw roll a stealth. You kind of climbing over the window and trying to avoid stepping on any glass.
I rolled one earlier before you had me do detection. I got a success 13 out of 16.
Now the question is, was that an actual roll or was that fucking?
No, that was an actual. I wanted Mange to be stealthy here.
No,
'Cause I
my
was
roll.
talking.
But that's something you want in perception, as I just rolled it. Yeah, so you can make a crunch over. Yeah. So there you see all these weird stones. The statue hasn't like attacked you or anything.
All right, Mange. Is there a rock nearby?
Yeah, there's like plenty of like there's seven. There's not really a rock. There's a lot of bricks and like broken glass and stuff.
All right, Mange takes a brick and chucks it next to the statue. He's not trying to hit it. He's trying to hit next to it.
Throwing it over here.
Well, sorry, this offering thing.
So you're throwing it over here.
Yeah, just like on the ground next to it.
You just throw it out, kind of tumble across, breaking a bit. Yeah, nothing seems to happen.
Mange turns to Conch and is like motions for him to come up. Motions from Skit Scratch to come up to him.
Kind of like looks at like the window that you climbed through and is like, I'll have to go around.
Mange nods and just waits for him.
So I was heading around.
I was gonna still be watching from the roof.
Alexandria sticky to his side.
Yeah, because last time I didn't do that, I almost fucking died. And then the moment I got next to this guy, I was suddenly not dying.
So, Mange is going to... How long does it take for Conch to get around?
Not long, like 10 seconds. He's kind of like jogging around.
Alright.
He's gonna get to the side and head around.
That was for me.
Yeah, he pops his head around and says, so what are we doing to touch?
Mange is going to be like, prepare to smash anything that pops out. And then Mange will approach this and, as quickly as possible, try and grab all of the word stone at once.
Alright, roll a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I don't think I have the skill specifically, so would it be Dex?
Yeah. If you don't have the skill that I say, it's just it's just
Success.
So you success by 6. Yeah, so you reach out and you like grab one in each hand, shove it in your pocket, roll a 2d100 twice. See what happens. Okay, that it's fully possible.
Roll 2d100 twice?
Yes, because you're picking up 2.
This is a reminder. Take migraine medication.
Take your migraine medication. So that is, if there are any animals nearby, they are spooked and are running away. So there's probably a couple of rats that are running. Because 50 and 55 are the same thing. And then 44 and 25 is either you glow with an eerie light for D10 hours, or a cold and a natural wind that blows through the area. So Mange is still puffed, but do you want to also glow slightly?
Considering our earlier fucking prediction of a certain individual, we are not going to do the wind, we are going to do the glow.
Yeah, so you pick it up one, he's kind of like, you can like feel energy pulse through, and you're like, you shove it in your pocket. The other one, you pick it up, and as you pick it up, like the glow from the wisdom kind of goes onto your hand, and your hand is now slightly glowing.
Kind of badass image, not gonna lie.
Do I have to roll for how long that lasts?
Yes.
So it's D10?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go glow for 6 hours. So the glow's gonna go away before the pop.
Poof and glow.
Alrighty.
And then roll me a dex. You have advantage.
A dex with advantage. Acrobatics, you said if I have it?
Yes.
I do. Great success 3.
As you're gonna pick it up and quickly shoving it and then going for another one, you see like this. You see like, I was kind of like, all of you notice it like at about the same time the Mange does, as a hand of the statue kind of hits the ground like right next to where you were.
A what?
As she is now.
Alright. So, considering I was telling everyone to be prepared to swing at whatever pops out, we are not surprised, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't get a surprise round. It could have gotten one hit on you if you'd failed that, because you were like just grabbing stuff. But yeah, nobody is. You're all kind of looking at it like that thing's gonna come to life.
Rowan's mentally saying, "Hold it."
It got a 2. Honestly. Oh god.
Alright, I
Alright,
rolled
so-
mine with advantage. I got a 20.
Rowan's just ready on the fucking roof nearby.
Just like I knew it. I fucking knew it.
What is your deck? The number?
Oh, Alexandrian Scratch.
Yeah. Alex, what's your dex number?
My dex is. Let me see. My dex is 14.
Alright,
So-
and Skip Scrat have the same, so I'll say PCs go before. Go first, on Tice. So Rowan, you're up there just waiting for it. You're just like, the statue's gonna fucking move, I know it.
I'm just imagining Rowan was on the roof already in like a sniper position with a crossbow with his
Yeah, you're just like
fucking
laying
track
down
on it.
aiming at the thing's
No.
head. It's gonna fucking move.
No, Rowan's like sitting on the edge of the roof, like kicking his legs, just like, I knew it, I fucking knew it. Watch, it's gonna be awesome, it's gonna come alive, it's gonna be like, awesome. And then he like pulls out his crossbow and be like, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do something. And then he realizes, it's made of stone. Say, I'm not gonna do anything with that. So he's gonna hook up his grapple hook and start to repel on down. Try to do it sneakily, I suppose. Like, making sure not to grab its attention.
Or your stealth. If you're doing your turn, I say you could drop down fairly safely enough.
Okay.
Just drop down. And what's the stealth?
11 out of 18 stealth. Cool.
Yeah. And oh, is that my whole turn?
Yeah, it's you're being sneaky and climbing down a wall.
Oh,
You could go down it quickly, but you would make noise and/or fall.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say like taking your time so you don't like knock something off and give yourself away.
Right.
Alex?
I have a knife.
Yes.
That is it.
And a gun that no longer works.
Try and intimidate the statue.
I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm just kind of gonna. I don't even know. What do I do? I'm just
Oh,
kind
you
of like.
can throw the knife if you want.
You could throw the knife, or there are bricks.
Yeah, you can pick up a brick and throw it.
Yeah, I'll just take a brick and throw it at the thing.
Fight stone with stone.
Yeah. So it's like roll your ranged attack, like use the pistol, it'd be the same roll.
Alright.
It's just not gonna be that damage.
Let me see. Shaboom. Let's see what I got.
You pick up the brick, throw it, it just shatters on the thing's chest. Well,
Well,
you won't
I
get
tried.
expecting much. Yeah, I was gonna say the brick just hits you and it breaks. And then get scratch.
Mange is going to motion for
Well,
Scratch not to come up with his stabbies that will pierce
Yeah.
through the stone.
And like sneaking around and like looking at his knives, looking at the brick shadow, and it's like,
Mange sort of like motions throw. He's like pretending to throw a brick.
yeah, he's kind of like
Yeah?
sets his sword down, kind of looks around, and he like puts like kind of pulls on it, like breaks off
once
like
our session is over,
a
we're
slate
speaking
off the roof
soon.
and like throws it. Yeah, again, same as always, throws it and it's hit. Actually, he was hidden. Sweet, every man. Yeah, same thing. He just throws it, just shatters on the thing's head. Yeah.
Mange, Alright, so Mange has an axe, a big old great axe, so with the weight of it, it might be able to do something, but it'd probably dull the blade.
Yeah, well, just the thing, this thing like isn't immune to attacks or anything. It just has a high AC.
Yeah.
And it does have a special thing.
Alright,
Yeah,
Mange-
the skin is very tough and seems like stone, but you can pierce it. It's not actual
Yeah.
stone.
Alright, Mange is not going to rage. He is going to save that for when he gets hit. as to avoid dying instantaneously. But in the meanwhile, he is going to swing a fucking axe at it. That's not going to hit.
Yeah, you swing
And,
the axe, skitters across the side, some sparks fly out.
Alright, is it possible for me to flee as well? To run away from it?
Yeah, but because you do not take the disengage action, it would get a smack at you.
So can I... So gain advantage on... I gain advantage on all tests related to fleeing. On any dexterity test to flee. So this wouldn't count,
yeah,
right?
that's more like actually like running away from the entire fight. Like if you like the group are running, then you get advantage on those stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is like if the group ever runs away from the fight, you are very good at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just backing away from the fight doesn't take any rolls, it'll just smack you.
Alright. Okay. Then I am not going to back off. I am going to hold my ground and just sort of hiss like a cat at the fucking statue, and that's my turn.
Siegfried.
Siegfried is gonna once again use maneuvers to switch to charger, and he's gonna try to charge in and smack this thing. Hopefully knocking it prone, but let's see.
So you can do funky stuff to get the charge in. Yeah, I'd say for this thing, since it is larger than you, it would have advantage on the save.
Try it anyway!
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do this.
And it does have a fair amount of... Like, strangely, I think Kank is strong. Yes. Kank
They have to zigzag that much? Shit.
Yeah, I'd say you could do a charge. You'd have to do some funky running around, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
But you can kind of like back up a bit and then run. Charge into
So quick question. What is its like base of area? Is it only like
it is...
is it like this 3x3?
Yeah, it's this size.
Alright.
That's a huge.
I just had it at an angle. I just had
And a
it
huge bitch!
Hold
Yeah,
on.
It's
Can I
like
give
a
him
good like 12-foot
inspiration?
tall. Remember,
Give
that
him
after-
inspiration if he doesn't hit.
Yeah, you give it after the roll, but like, yeah, it's in after his turn, so you can't give it. Yeah, you can give it to Siegfried if he misses it.
Alright, so
Alright.
assuming it would actually make him hit. Maybe.
Yeah. And you don't get to know its AC, but you can like, okay, you have the +3 to see if that hits.
Okay.
Don't to.
Does it hit?
Yes, a 21 hits. If a 21 misses, then you should run.
Rolling that
Yeah.
looks.
Siegfried runs and just like slashes this blade across its stomach. You see here like this horrible grinding, like sparks fly out. But as he like pulls it away, you see this like gouge in it. You see this gouge across it.
Trying his best somehow to shove this thing.
And then it needs to make a luck strength, right?
Yep.
With advantage.
Yeah, it succeeds. But
Oh,
you did take
God.
down one of its lucks.
Yay.
Alright. So it would be Kark's turn now. Mange is just like, big thing, smash!
He's gonna run and do a charge as well. He does not have any fancy charger thing, but he's just like... "Wah!" Actually, can he charge? Is he far enough away? No, you need to move at least 40 feet charge. He's just running in and hitting.
You could back up like a step and then charge in.
Yeah, the comic's not ready for fancy maneuvering. Well, he rolls an 11, so he runs in and hits it, and you see like the end of the anvil's kind of like flash into touch.
Alright, so he doesn't hit.
Well, he hits it, just doesn't seem to be hurt.
Well, he doesn't wound it.
Yeah. He doesn't beat its AC.
Alright.
And then its turn. Oh, no, Siegfried actually hurt it. So it is going to. Yeah, so it's kind of brings up these arms. You can see like these like long claws grow out of what were once just normal hands. Slashes across at you. One is a 7. The other one is a 20. That was a 20 total, not net.
Yeah, the latter hits, then I better.
That is 3 damage from that one. He's gonna slash it once it scrapes across the arm, and then gives a slight cut across. When its big jaws open, he goes to clamp down onto you. That is a 13. He goes to bite down on that, and you quickly duck out of the way so he doesn't get a bite on you. And then as you're ducking out of the way, he swings his head to try and hit you with one of the horns on its head. And a 19. And that is 4 damage.
So 7
So
damage.
I got 3
total.
damage and 4 damage.
Yes, you took 7 damage in total. It's just slashing at you with all of these things. Yeah, claws, bite, hitting you with the horn. I think it's 2 claws, a bite, and a gore attack. And rolled absolute ass.
Count your
Rowan.
blessings.
It has no idea there. And he's gonna stuff.
Yeah, you guys got this right. Everyone's gonna go ahead and try and do a. I'm guessing if he even did a mad dash, around here.
Yeah, if you want to remain stealthy, you have to move at half. So if a dash, you can move 30 feet. You can have him pick your way around.
Don't you have fucking any magical things that could hurt this? Where's your fucking slapping your hands together, you bitch?
Yeah, but guess what? I come up to here and say, "Behold, bitch!" It's gonna turn around and eat me because I have 13 health, mister.
Pull your
I'm not
fucking weight, whore.
No, you. Ron's gonna go ahead and sneak down to here.
I'm already trying to, you bitch.
Yeah, so you're coming around to there, and you see this pit is fairly deep. Around where that is, it's probably about 20 foot down. Although it is very craggy, so it wouldn't be that hard of a climb.
Okay.
Yeah, you're kind of looking at it and looking at whole gargoyle. And it's
Yep.
this is not the typical gargoyle. Most of them are about man-sized, they're at the size of most gargoyles that you see. This one is fucking huge.
That's
you've not
huge,
a statue this size of a gargoyle. It's clearly some Mordheim fuckery.
Of course.
Fuck that.
Alex, throw another brick.
No, actually, I'm going to come in over here because I believe I have enough movement, and I'm going to use Cure Light Wounds on Siegfried.
You only have a 30 foot of movement.
Oh, 30?
Yeah, so you can get to there.
You could get to me. But
Yeah,
Sorry,
you don't
I
have
slapped your
health
tits.
gone.
I have 3
But-
health gone, but it's not worth it.
Yeah,
No,
he has
it's
3
not.
health gone and can take half damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can dash to get behind him.
You would use your whole turn to get the 2 extra tiles, basically.
Alright, I'm just gonna go over here and I'm just gonna throw another rock again.
He's gonna run over, grab a rock off the ground as you're going and throw it at it.
Alright, let's roll this.
Although it is in melee, so if you miss... Actually, no, this thing is big enough that I'm gonna...
Hit AC
disallow that.
19.
And yeah, so you pick up this brick and you throw it. And this is an improvised weapon, so it does D2 plus your dex. Actually, yeah. So roll a D2 plus your strength mod. Plus your dex mod. Right. So strength or dex.
Where's the okay, hold on.
Yeah, you need to slash R.
/R space 1d2.
Plus whatever your strength mod is. Dex mod, fuck. So yeah, D2 plus 1.
So his
So
dex
so
isn't
that's
he up?
3 damage.
Yeah, it's 4
3 damage.
Yeah, so you throw this rock and it kind of clunks into the head. You see it hits and it chips of rock. And when the rock bounces, you see a tiny little chip out of its head. This does not really seem overly bothered, but definitely did something. It skipped. Definitely is not going to be coming to join you in melee. Just have throwing knives, but there's plenty of bricks, you just stick throwing those. Nope. You're throwing it as bouncing off.
Yep.
I mean,
All right. Slashing at big thing again.
You guys are getting a +1 to hit it because you do outnumber it.
All right.
Can't really
So
defend.
I'll just add the +1 to the axe here temporarily. 17.
That hits as you bring it the axe and get a hitting a chip a good chunk out of it.
All right. So that would be it. Already rolled damage, so 5.
Yeah, you chip and take a bit of a chunk out of its hand.
And then Mange sort of just takes the opportunity to say, "Ha! You're a bitch!" Basically, he's trying to like rile it up to attack him instead.
Yeah. Right, Siegfried.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. But Siegfried's gonna.
And guys,
I
do
just have
remember
one
you have
question about
exploits.
maneuvers.
Yeah,
So-
you have maneuvers and stuff, so you can try and do some more funky stuff than just I hit it.
Yeah, so with
ahead.
maneuvers, when it says I can use it more than one times in one combat, does that mean expending more than one uses of it? Because it's how many you have of level?
Is this for your like stances?
Yeah.
No, that occurs me get back on a long rest.
Alright.
Yeah, that stance. You get as many uses as your level, and you pick them during level ups. So if you haven't picked
Okay.
it again, you're stuck with charger.
Okay. So I'm just gonna make a basic attack.
All right.
Or actually,
And you guys like, oh, just like since this is kind of a funky system that nothing else has, so like an example of a major exploit you could do here would be like to try and like cut off an arm or cut off its horns, like limit the amount of attacks it gets.
ooh,
Like,
yeah, I want to do that. I'll try to cut off one of its horns.
Just,
'cause it's less-
just to reduce its AC. It's like anything you can kind of think to do that isn't just say I do more damage. You can attempt with a major exploit, although it does use a lot.
There you are.
Yeah, fuck it. He'll try to cut off a horn because that's what hit him last.
Yeah, and exploits are once you hit and do damage, then you can choose to be, hey, I'm gonna do this.
All right.
That would not hit.
Fuck.
And that's Alex. Do you wanna see if you're plus 3, right?
Yep, go ahead.
Give that to him.
All right, so I'll make it a
So
16.
what does Alex do to inspire him?
That's
You
16
got it,
altogether?
big dick.
The 16 exactly hits.
Oh, yay. Yeah, cut off one of them horns.
Attempt to cut off one of its arms. Yeah,
One of its
roll a luck-
horns.
Horns, okay. Yep. Roll a luck check. You're just gonna like take an opportunity where it's gonna like lean down, so it's gonna like as it's like swinging its head at you, you like swinging the sword, and you just like the horn just come off
Nice.
in a mighty swing. Yeah, it can no longer do its gore attack.
Nice.
Mange to Karnk is just like, no arm!
Karnk is gonna take a big old swing with his hammer and get a natural 2. And it is just barely off being staggered. It's when you go below half, it is at exactly half. So its turn. It is quite mad that Siegfried just cut off its horns, despite the fact that Mange is yelling at him. It is going to keep going for Siegfried. That is an 18 on the first claw. Ooh, 21 on the second claw.
Ow.
That is from the claws. That is 4 sets 10 damage from the claws.
Ow.
Coming man just rakes across your chest, like taking deep gouges out of the arm, and the red kind of like oozing out through the armor.
Yeah, he's definitely staggered now.
Yeah, then it raises up and goes to take a big bite out of your head. Like it opens its mouth and like your head could fit into its mouth. Like there doesn't have to be anywhere. It doesn't have to go anywhere after that. It doesn't have like a throat, but your head could fit in there. Let's take a big bite.
I'm getting traumatic flashbacks to the animatronics at the Fright Fest at Six Flags near where I live.
That is
Like,
16.
that just hits, yeah.
Minimum damage, that's 3 damage. And it is down with this big bite, you can basically dives back out of like kind of rolling and hitting your head on the ground a bit. Desperately trying to avoid just getting your head bitten off.
And it can't gore, right?
And it can't attempt to. It kind of brings its head down to like sweep you with the horns, realizing that horns aren't there. And as hard as it is for like a stone to show expression, it looks angry. Its face doesn't change, but you can like feel the anger coming off of this thing.
I try to weakly lift my middle finger on one side of the hill.
On the flake and like fuck you, as you like try and quickly stand back up.
It's Rowan's turn. You skipped him by accident.
Did I skip? Oh, sorry.
Skip me.
Yeah.
Alright.
Rowan?
Run.
Yeah, they got it.
Well, actually, he's gonna go ahead and it's just like, alright. They're doing something. So, Rowan is gonna go ahead and do a surprise shot with his light crossbow. So he gets advantage on it since he's still sneaking.
Yeah, it's kind of there, like looking at the back, and you can see like, although it seems to be made of stone, it is a living creature. So it's like as you like you can see like it's not full stone, it's like plates and stuff. And you can like take a moment and like kind of try and aim to shoot into one of the plate.
Yeah.
With like flavor as to how you get advantage to hit this thing.
And he's trying to bug me. Yeah.
Somebody bought to seduce it.
21. Alright.
Alright, so yeah, you take a second to aim and fire it, and it sticks into the back.
Would it be possible to do a major exploit with a light crossbow?
Well, what kind of exploit are you trying?
I
Flavor
was
it.
possibly going to go. I was possibly thinking about shooting it in the back of the head or one of its limbs to go ahead and either give it disadvantage on its next attack or possibly disable it. Maybe like put a bolt right through the back of its head and come out its mouth so that way it can't bite.
So yeah, like a temporary, like give it a disadvantage on its next turn would be a minor exploit, because that'd be like temporarily blinding it. Yeah, that would be an opposed. I think you'd want to do a dex check rather than a strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, dex makes a lot more sense here. So yeah, roll a dex. You succeed by 7. It succeeds by 1. Yes. You can like take a second, aim for the back of him, fire it in there, just it's kind of like rearing up to your front of the bite. You hit it in the back of the head, and it kind of it's like more stunned than her, but it kind of puts it off for a second. You're like, what the fuck happened?
Rowan's just like, no, and he begins running down here.
Like, yeah, and clean run. Alec?
Alright, so I'm going to go over here behind Siegfried, and I'm going to use Cure Light Wounds, I believe it was?
Yeah, the heals.
Cure Light Wounds, yes.
So you go up, and as he's doing that, what does Alexandria's Cure Light Wounds look like?
She sucks his.
That's what that does.
That would be more than an hour.
So 2d4.
Yeah, so how does Alexandria cast the spell? What does she do?
Kind of just touches his... Hold on 1 minute.
Go on. Please continue.
We know it's going to be something, Lou. Just skip it.
Touches his hand.
She holds his hand tenderly
Oh
for a
shit!
moment.
That's so fucking lewd. How dare you? You're gonna get me banned.
Alright, so basically I would just kind of just touch his... kind of just put a hand on his shoulder as I used Cure Wounds. And it's, let's see, it's 2d4...
Yeah, so like as Rowan is like getting to his feet from that, you feel this like gentle like tap on your shoulder, and you feel this like warmth in like a loving embrace from your mother or something, as the power of Sunesh heals your wounds.
Those
And-
two things don't sound like they go together, but maybe they do in Slash's world.
But yeah, that's 5
5.
hit points you get back.
Yeah, and then roll DDM.
Roll.
You just click the Dark and Dangerous Magic roll. Click that
Oh.
button. Right, you're good. Bump up the threshold to 2. And that does not go down until it is triggered, or the game ends, essentially.
So if we just...
Yeah, Dark and Dangerous Magic just keeps building up until it gets triggered. Yeah, Siegfried, you can heal 5 hits. give you this nice calming embrace and like a tender, like a nice gentle tending to your wounds. A very soft, gentle healing. Yeah, to skip is he's gonna throw another brick at it. Nope.
Alright.
He's like waiting to hear the slates from the roof being thrown and hit and just.
Oh yeah, is it less than half HP and staggered now?
Oh yeah, it is staggered.
Karnak would have gotten a free hit.
Karnak will get a free smack on it. Yeah, like as like yeah, as it's like kind of like roaring and just kind of like opening his mouth and this like kind of like nails on a chalkboard scream comes out of it at the bolt hitting it in the back of the head.
Mange can screech worse!
Yeah, it's like I would make the noise, but I physically can't. Yeah, you can like the screech of nails on a chalkboard, but like 10 times that volume. You're like wincing with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that. Yeah, that, but jacked up to 20. Now he's doing that conk, we're gonna swing with his hammer.
I can't do that properly.
With a 14, so it kind of hits in and bounces off.
Alright.
So that was Mange.
Mange spins around and tries to slash his axe at it again. But before he does so, he is going to pop his Ferocious Rage. So get a +2. So it's going to be a +3 to hit, a +2 to damage because of the outnumbering it, right?
Yep.
Alright, so AC 22 and that much damage.
Yeah,
And I'm going to try and exploit it. Mange is going to try and cut off its lower jaw.
Huh?
That can no
yeah,
longer
I'm just
bite
kind of screeching at that. You like jump up and hit it in the jaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll it.
What is it again?
Just a luck check.
Nope.
Yeah, so you go up and you
Can
hit
I
it in the-
re-roll luck checks?
Yes, you can. Reroll is for looks or abilities.
I did.
Yeah, so he just jumps up and hits it in the jaw, and for a second it seems like he just bounced off. You kind of drop down like a bit disappointed, and then you see it, and then you hear like a crunch and a bit of like stone dust falls out as the door kind of like swings, so it's like hanging just connected on one side.
Ah, so he's dislocated his jaw.
Yeah, you kind of you kind of broke it off of one side, so it's just kind of hanging,
Nice.
just flopping around. Can't really bite with any. And I'm about to drop your luck down to 9 now.
Alrighty.
6.
Alright, is this thing on
Oh.
low HP? Because I'm gonna need to be getting going pretty soon.
Yeah, it's at like a third HP or quarter HP.
Yeah.
If you need to go, just flavor it as Alexandria backs the fuck out and goes back home.
Yeah. It'd be reasonable here, and like there's enough people that it wouldn't be able to chase. Yeah, we can just say Alexandria goes, because frankly I don't really think Alexandria is going to make much of a difference now that she's out of spells.
It'd be really wise for her, considering, depending on what action he can take here, it might be wise for her to back out too.
Throw one more brick and leave.
Yeah, it's like your gun's broken, you're out of inspiration. It's like, fuck
Can't
this.
heal anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, 6 feet.
Yeah, so I have two
Okay, so can I
questions.
kind of do that now? Just kind of
Yeah.
like, I just kind of pat Siegfried on the shoulder. I'm out of spells,
Yeah.
and I'm out of ammo.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
can-
get out of here. I'll
You
see
can
you
a quick
back.
pat and you're like, oh, later. Alexandria.
If you're still alive, we'll you know later.
Alexandria just with a I'm a head out.
Right, I'm
Alright.
head out.
See you guys.
See ya.
Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Have fun doing whatever it is.
He has his graduation ceremony.
Yeah. As Alexandria goes off to graduate, you stand back up with the healing magic.
I think she's graduated long ago.
You don't know what. She graduated from Harp. No, she isn't. She has
No,
9.
I'm talking about something a little bit more personal.
Yeah, she has 9 intelligence. She never went to an actual school.
God
Oh,
damn.
it's also it's
Well,
Warhammer.
it's possible to flunk the actual school.
Yeah, it's
No, I
fine.
wasn't-
That's good. Because you're an engineer, you have not been to school.
The joke was that it was not
I know.
about a school. It wasn't a school.
Yeah.
But
I
that
know.
wasn't the joke.
Agreed with that.
So I have two questions. So now he's down to just the claws.
Yeah. Yeah, the horns are gone and the jaw's kind of just hanging there.
Okay, the other question is there an equivalent to D&D's like disengage action?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can use
it is exactly the disengage action. Use your action, they can't hit you if you are.
Siegfried's gonna make a tactical retreat into the building to get his crossbow out.
So yeah, disengaging and moving up into the building.
Yeah.
Rolled off with that kind of gets your feet like
Just
fuck
fucking,
this.
just fucking tactical, like, goddamn, runs backwards, ducks into the building through the window, and just a fucking fancy roll at the end, pulls out his crossbow.
Yeah,
I
he
know
was
it's
just
a lot less dignified from a mercenary just got his ass kicked. It's more of a mad scramble and diving over the window.
Yeah, it's
Landing
that was the
heavily,
difference the healing made. He got to keep his composure.
like landing heavily in glass shards, but thankfully you have armor on, so he's gonna brush it off and stand up, and getting at your crossbow. Kark is gonna roll ass. You got a 13, but not enough. In his turn, a mage just broke its jaw, so it is quite pissed at you.
But I have
but-
popped my fucking rage, so it's gonna do half damage, whatever it manages to hit.
If it thought it could outrun you. This thing has a 20-foot move speed. It knows it can't outrun you. It's just like, kill him. Oh, that would have been an 18, but instead it was a 6. So, nah.
That doesn't
Actually,
hit.
it's kind of like jarred a bit. It's not moving as quickly as it was. You dive out of the way of the first one. And then the second one is a 13.
Does not hit. Mange is just bobbing and weaving, just sort of like holding his hands like Rocky Balboa, just like, "Can't hit me, motherfucker!"
Yeah, you can see like moving like a lot more jerkily than before. There's like bits of like stone dust like falling off of its arms, like struggling to stay intact.
Yep.
Rowan.
Run, like, looking at his empty crossbow bolt, looking at the fight. He's just like, you got it. And he begins
At least
taking out
fucking
his,
reload your crossbow.
I can do that and sit here and do nothing, or I could go ahead and pick up this lovely warpstone down here.
I mean, you could do both.
Yeah, I'll start prepping my grapple. Start climbing down.
Yeah, I guess you can like tying it around a rock.
Yeah.
And then get yourself abseil.
Find a rock
Just
that's
give him a
sturdy
cheer.
enough.
Go, guys, go!
Give Rowan a roll an athletic. Just strength or dex if you have it. If you don't have it.
Would acrobatics work?
Not really. More like endurance.
Oh, there you go.
Hi, come back.
Well, Zach is having like pots and pans thrown strong in the background there.
Yeah, so when you like tie it up, they make sure it's a nice tight thing, and you start like nervously lowering yourself down. But you get to the moment where you're like, okay, gotta trust the rope not to break. He's like, step down. As I heard that, like, okay, you just have to lean back and trust the equipment. Let's get broken with a rope. Misses. Me.
Mange,
high AC. He's on like 15 every time. He's on like a 14, a 15, a 13. Just shattering on
if
his
only we had a fucking Inspire for him.
head. Oh, she
Oh,
already
well.
used it.
I know. That's why I'm saying, if only.
Well, it'd be like 1 or 2 damage.
Rowan just yells from the hole, "You could do it!"
How did you do it? I'ma go in the hole.
Take it!
Alrighty. We are going to swing the axe again! 23 with 9 damage! And that already does include the +2, so.
I mean, take a big chip out of the arm. You can see like, the arm like takes that big chip and you can like almost crumbling with the arm struggling to stay attached. This thing is holding on barely. Siegfried. Unless you want to move or anything.
Siegfried launches the crossbow at it.
Roll a hit.
Okay.
How does Siegfried finish it off?
Okay.
Yeah,
It had a
alright. It opens. Maybe it just opens its like disjointed mouth one last time,
The mouth is just open.
and it just
Broke it open.
bolt goes straight right into it, and somehow it just kind of like clangs in there, and the whole thing just kind of
It's like
pounding up.
one other like slam down on Mange, and you kind of like scramble up, get the crossbow, take a second, fire, and the bolt kind of hits into the mouth, and you're kind of expecting it. You're kind of expecting it to go and then hit and like shatter against it and do nothing. But surprisingly, it plunges straight in. You're pretty sure you can see like the tip of it coming out the top, but that might just be a bit of the stone. It's hard to say. That goes in, it kind of like staggers for a step, like it's not really sure what happened.
All right.
And like you see like, the light, like the red light that had come on and that had come out on the eyes, it collapses. And Mange and Conk, give me an acrobatics.
Alrighty.
Conk succeeds. Damn.
Damn.
Actually, it's
Before I
a luck-
fail. Nope. Great success.
I was gonna say actually this would be a luck dex. Not
Oh,
just that, but
luck deck.
yeah, you still succeed.
Good, because if I had rolled that, I would have failed.
I was gonna let you keep the roll. Yeah, it just like collapses and like all the parts of it start falling apart. Like there's an arm that lands right next to you, like the head comes falling down about to land. You could dive out of the way.
Alrighty.
Can't take the step back, like hits one of the hits a wing out of the air. It kind of
Siegfried's just staring at his crossbow in disbelief.
So you guys got pretty lucky. You got all your shit rolls out of the way in the last fight. Is a natural 1 or 2 to hit a gargoyle destroys your weapon unless you make a luck save.
Mange is going to see if any of the remains of said creature. It's like an ear.
Yeah, you go looking through and you find like there's there's an ear along with a decent chunk of the skull. It's pretty heavy, but you're strong.
Mange very, very precisely cuts off the ear, and then throws it at Siegfried.
And you start chipping at it with like whatever something pointy that you have.
Should I roll to see if he catches it or just gets beamed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can roll
like
it.
actually.
Well, Rowan's just climbing down the.
Yeah, Mange, you can roll you can roll a range attack if you're actually trying to hit him with it.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to toss it to him, but Mange is probably going to accidentally.
Alright, so Siegfried just roll a dex. Acrobatics if you have it. So, yeah,
Catches
you
it
throw
in midair.
Reaches up and catches it before it hits him in the face.
You earned it.
It's not like a. Wait, what was that?
You earned it.
Grabs it, kind of like fist bumps in the air.
But meanwhile, Mange is not going to move like that. He is going to move straight into the birdstone that he hasn't picked up yet. Grab them both.
Roll your 2d100 twice.
Alright.
I can't wait until somebody gets to the second table.
I think that just happened.
Nope. Right, so 53 on 90. Either animals get spooked or you take any willpower damage for the first one.
The animals again.
And 33, your hair stands on end, or you take d4 damage.
The hair is already standing on end, so I add in
So, yeah, so it will increase the duration.
Alright, so
Your hair becomes porcupine quills.
now my hair is going to be on end for 16 hours, almost a full day.
Mange is very poofy for a long ass time.
It's still glowing. Mange is going to shove all the wordstone into pockets.
Yeah,
What
and you
about
see this. Yeah, the things that are left of this large harp with a few things landed on it, but it seems to be mostly intact. Nothing like collapsed onto it. It mostly collapsed around, and the skull that has kind of fallen off.
Is the harp shiny?
It was. It's kind of covered in dust now.
So Mange is going to rub off the dust because he immediately knows that it's shiny.
Yeah, you rub it off, and it seems like freshly polished. There is lines going through it, like etchings of what looks like silver in it.
Mange will attempt to pick up the entire harp.
What is your strength?
My strength is 17.
Yeah, so you're gonna heft it and you pick it up, and it's heavy and it takes 2 hands, but yeah, you can heft it.
Mange hugs the harp. Mine!
Kind of looks down and picks up this skull, which is about human size, but pretty much fits in his palm, pretty much. So he kind of picks it up and is looking at it.
Mange turns to Ark and was good fight?
Ugh. Ain't for one of those in a while. No one that big either.
Miles at him.
Yeah, you look like you got a beard. And an afro.
Still climbing.
I'm a giant glowing entire body beard.
Just it's like a glowing hedgehog currently.
Spooky rat.
Mange, now that he has something too big for him to carry in a bag, is going to start heading back to the mansion without on anybody.
He's gonna have to start waddling back to the mansion with it.
Yell at help me!
Yeah, give a scramble over and try to help, but he is not very strong. Yeah, he's a strength of 8. He's more of a hindrance. He's kind of more in the way than actually helping. But he's trying.
Mange still, for some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of like you take it at each end and you're holding basically the entire weight on your end. He's just it's just more awkward because of the leverage. As you guys start taking it on out.
Hut!
Still trying to get this weird stone, by the way.
Yeah, throw in the. Yeah, you've rolled a great success on your thing before, right?
I rolled a.
On the dexterity, yes. 7 out of 15. No, we got a great success. 7 out of 15. Oh, that's 16.
Yeah, so
normal dexterity.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
12.
roll me another dex.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yep, you abseil down to the bottom, see the weight stone, then you pick it up.
Yeah.
Roll D100.
56.
56. Animals nearby get spooked.
All these
Any-
animals are so fucking mad at us.
Yeah, any animals that were near to here are fucking gone. You got that 4 times.
Any fucking rats inside of these houses that are just scounging around? Do we see any of the rats coming out and just scurrying away?
Think of that as you pick it up and you see animals that you hadn't really noticed before. Several centipedes, ants, that start fucking legging it to the other side of the that around you, not really noticed, start climbing out of the wall and going to the other side of the crevice. Fleeing from you.
Just a heads up to everyone in chat. Yeah, Twitch is having some issues. I posted a Twitch support thing in the chat earlier.
Besides the
It is acting up weirdly.
Maybe some
So it's not
misadventure
unknown.
previously pissed off this gargoyle.
Siegfried is watching this and is just gonna be like, hey, need any help hauling things up?
There's only one shiny thing down here, but
Shiny!
looking.
You just hear that off in the distance.
Drops the harp and comes running back.
No.
Jumps down the hole.
It's yeah! He gets pulled to the floor.
Yeah, Mange just fucking drops the harp and leaves it with Skit Scratch, who's just struggling to runs Oh no, he's going to keep going this with a harp.
Yeah. Rowan doesn't see anything and sit down here. It's just like, just an empty hole.
Around, yeah, there's a whole bunch of creepy crawlies that are piling into corners as far away from you as they can get. But then, like, it's pretty dark. You can't really see much.
Yeah.
Like, hold up the weird stone to get a bit of glow.
Yeah. Help me go ahead and these neighboring buildings, but besides that, what happened up there, by the way? I heard the shattering of the gargoyle.
Oh,
He's yelling. Yeah.
gargoyle attacked. We fought it. Took what parts of us it could. We took what parts of it we could. And eventually it died.
All right. Here, I'll come on up then.
Yeah.
Rowan will come up.
Yeah, so it's a great success from before, yeah. You have to put it in your pocket and you can climb back on up.
It's just
Yeah.
like-
Still have the turn order up, by the way.
Oh, sorry. So as he's climbing up, can't, like, just say, hey. So he throws the skull to you.
I'll, do you want me to roll next to catch it?
No, he's throwing it to Siegfried.
Oh.
He's like throwing it gentle enough that, yeah, he's throwing like gentle enough that you're not gonna fumble it or anything. Fairly light throw.
Siegfried
Still
would,
roll anyway, somehow fuck it up.
But you can roll for it if you want, but you can choose the fumble thing.
I'm gonna say no because I don't want this falling in the pit.
So you like catch it, and it's like this is a. It looks like a human skull. It's like bleached white, but you can see like all of these patterns and like decorations, like somebody did some like Picasso style like fancy drawings on it, but it seems like the lines are done in platinum. There's like platinum lines all going through. It looks very valuable. It looks quite beautiful.
He'll nod his thanks and
It's more for me, crush it.
yeah, he'll nod his thanks, take a little look, and back it up.
That.
Shall we call it here and head back, or do we want to loot more buildings?
Do you three want to keep looting without names? Or do
yeah.
you get to come back?
I think we could go ahead and check this building and possibly this building, but besides that, yeah. Or if we accidentally come across any more encounters, we could do the chase. Panic.
Yeah, do you guys want to have a look around in the nearby buildings?
Yeah. What do you think?
Roll
Might as well.
yeah, you can roll a deception with advantage.
Actually, be able to keep Chinese without name. Have them for health.
Yeah, Conquer and
Probably-
hang out and provide security because you can't really fit into human buildings.
Damn, yeah.
Oh,
Wait, was that with the advantage? Roll that again.
Hold up. Roll event from. 5 of them. Might be all of us.
These aren't really like combat stuff. No, it's actually got like a number of rounds.
We spent it. All axers. You use them. Like 10 minutes. Oh.
Should we keep it if we do?
A round is 6 seconds.
Marius, I'm just going to fucking that one because this is not a circuit.
Yeah, neutral should be like more specified as like combat specific or something. Yeah, they are really only for combat stuff. Yeah.
I'll refund you afterwards.
Roll it again. Roll it again, Ken.
Roll again.
Yeah, because you had advantage.
Yeah, Rowan's helping.
3 out of 15 is still damn good.
Nice, a 3 and a 4. That's where your luck went. As you guys are kind of looting around, you look out and you look down and see a bunch of stuff in a fountain. Along with, you can see this. So the fountain itself looks pretty normal. But you also see this like weird like yellow mold growing all over it. It looks quite gross, but again not really out of the ordinary more time. And you can also see the like soft green glow of wardstone from within the water. As well as you can see kind of like floating upside down, there is this like bowl. And you can see down on the bottom of it, kind of plopped on the bottom, is this glass bottle.
Alright. I have an idea. First off, wait, are we also taking a short rest here?
Yeah, you guys can do a short rest before you go looting if you want.
I don't need one, but I'm asking Siegfried unless he wants me to heal him.
You can get back spells from it if you want.
I already did, so.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have, like,
Oh yeah, you didn't use any spells that fight.
Yeah, if you want to heal, otherwise you can try to rest it off.
I mean, you could do
Let's
both.
say rest it off so that way I could have 3 spell slots in case we do encounter something.
This would you
Fair.
can do your 2 will rolls.
So I'm basically not involved anymore, so these guys are going to keep.
You did get a great success, so you would also see. I think that there is a couple weird stone over in this building.
Okay.
Alright, so the willpowers, I got a failure and a great success.
1 success, 1 failure. You do also have 4 additional rolls, which you can spend on any of your rests. So you could take a couple of those if you wanted to get an
How long
extra
does it
success.
take for the addition?
The rests reset every day. No, long rest is D4 days or D6 days.
Alright.
But D6 days, D4 if you're like in a town.
Okay.
Yeah, so long rest is a long rest. Yeah, short
Alright.
rest is 3 per day.
Rowan is gonna go ahead and okay, so you said that the fountain was filled with this mold, correct?
It's not really filled, it's kind of growing in various places. Like, kind of like you kind of draw it on. Like growing along here, there's a bunch on there. Like growing over in patches, a bit floating in the water, and like all scattered around in various places.
Wait, sorry, I can't really see what you're drawing. If you
Oh,
are drawing.
sorry, I drew it on the GM layer.
Oh, okay. All right. So, also Siegfried, are you healing? By the way, you're still pretty fucked up.
Yeah, so you succeeded once. So you
Yeah, he
heal
is.
half-
I was just doing the math.
half of the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, half of which you've lost plus your con mod. And if
So
you
I healed
want,
up to 7 then. Or, well, my 7 plus.
lost 15, so that would be 7. Plus your con mod, which is 4, so you'd heal 11.
Oh, nice.
So you're up to 22 when you're no longer staggered.
All right.
Do you want to use one of your extra rest checks to try and get back your adaptability?
It sounds good.
You get 4 of those.
I think we should try and bang this out of the way then, with the mold.
Let's do it.
And actually, as you see it, you have arcane law, right?
Yep. Should I roll it?
Yeah, roll an arcane law.
6 great success. 6
With
out
that,
of
like,
30.
as you look at it, like, you've not really had it growing in patches. This might be a bunch of little ones, but you have definitely heard of something called a yellow mold, which is like in the family of like all the slimes and all of those kind of guys. But it's like it doesn't move, but it can shoot out very dangerous spores when it notices prey.
Do I know that the spores need to be intoxicated or
It's inhaled. So like,
inhaled?
something like cover your face or just holding your breath would help.
Okay. I would go ahead and relay that information to Karnak and Siegfried.
Yeah, you'd all have like spare clothes and that on you, so you could like wrap something around your face. If you want to do
And
that.
I'm also wearing a mask, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wrap my face in either an extra piece of clothing or if there's like a tablecloth or something nearby, but not necessarily in the
Find like a
vicinity.
fairly moth-bitten tablecloth to kind of like fold up and wrap around your face.
All right, but not in like the vicinity of the mold itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like on the table in here.
Okay.
Okay. So Rowan's gonna try and get. Can Karnak go through this alleyway right here?
Yeah, he can sweep.
Okay.
Yeah. Corner's like just about big enough for him to go through. It's gonna end like pulling his shoulders.
All right. So the situation here is that we got some mold that's going to go ahead and try and shoot some spores into our mouths. It's quite deadly. But I see a couple of good little shinies inside of there, which might be worth our while. And also, it might be a
You
good
all
fight
starting
with
to call
Karnak.
them shinies, dude.
I'm not gonna fight slime or mold or whatever. Sure, I'll give it a go.
All right. Just be sure to cover up your mouth and do your best.
Yeah.
I'll try and.
He like, takes the like wrap around his head and just like pulls it down because he does actually have like an eye patch which seems to be like bolted into like the like bone around his eye, which was probably fucking painful. Yeah, he kind of pulls that down to cover his face.
But he's also an
You're-
ogre, so it doesn't get-
You're quarantining it up.
All right. Let's go take care of Mold 19. With that, Rowan's gonna step on out, and he's gonna actually try and take a shot at the front mold here, or the mold here, to see if it reacts anyway. Here.
I'd say since it's a stationary bit of mold, and like he's going to take a second, yeah, you wouldn't have to roll a hit.
All right.
I did roll the
9
damage.
Damage then. Just a.
So you're gonna you fire that, and you see like it sticks in, and you see like the mold kind of quivers. Oh wait, actually I forgot it. It is harder to hurt with single target, so it is resistant. So it takes 4. And initiative.
All right then.
As it is all kind of spread out, I'm just lumping it all into one thing for the sake of token.
Oh, I am completely uninvolved in all of this.
You can control
Why did you
Conk.
leave early, man?
You can control Conk if
All right, I'll do that.
yeah, you do have access to his sheet. I don't know how to either. So
Can they move? Can we just like pelt them with ranged attacks?
no, I was just looking because its dex is dash, so it doesn't have a dex because it can't move. So I was just like for initiative. So what do I take off of that? So I just say take off 5. Then the
Shall I roll initiative for?
Yep.
What would it be?
D20
Just
minus
X-
1. Yeah, D20 minus 1.
5.
So yeah, Siegfried, this bolt goes in, you can see like the mold starts like moving around and like bits are coming out to the front.
Siegfried's gonna play it safe and launch a crossbow bolt at the nearest one, which I guess is this one.
Yeah, roll to hit. Yeah, very low AC because it cannot move.
Fumble.
How to flavor the fumble here? Yeah, you're not really in the right position to shoot somebody. Oh, although you know what? There is something that is fairly fragile that is inside of the that is inside the pool.
Oh.
Yeah, when you fire that and you're gonna aim it like a bit too high, you're like accounting for the distance that got it slightly off and it goes into the water.
Well, shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't hear anything shatter or anything, you would see it go into the water at speed.
I hope to God whatever thing you broke doesn't affect the mold.
That's a good point, let me see.
Oh shit! Why did you give them the idea?
The mold has become bold.
Because it's
Unfortunately, this could not affect it. It was a potion of swiftness, which like
it moves quickly.
yeah, which gives double speed, physical attacks with 50% chance to miss, and it lasts d6 times 10 minutes. But it cannot move, so none of those effects would help it. Well, would do anything to it.
It stays still faster.
Yeah, it starts wobbling slightly quicker. Siegfried, do you want to move?
do you want to approach this thing, or do you want to try and get into cover?
Just like for reference, if you're in melee, you can't miss. You just stab at the jelly, at the mold. That is actually like a thing. It has very low AC and it has in brackets automatic hit in melee. If you go into melee, you hit.
Yeah, but mold gets places.
You can just hang where you are.
He's gonna move up a little bit, like kind of becoming like the vanguard here, but he's not gonna go all the way up. He'll like just like stand ready, see what happens.
Rowan.
Alright. Wait, didn't the jelly or Karnak want to do anything?
I'm last.
Oh wait, no, I'm second, my bad. Rowan's gonna reload, all while like heading over in this direction. He's hoping to use the well as cover.
I'm also gonna just go run and pee real
Oh
quick.
yeah, you shot there. Yeah, so you're kind of moving over, putting another bolt in.
Yeah.
Then it's turn. Yeah, you see like some of the stuff I'm even gonna like fold up and then shoot out this like small pellet, which flies out and then detonates between Karnak and Siegfried. And that is a look con from both of you. At advantage, because you did take precaution.
Did take pee.
As these
So how do I roll for a luck con with him?
he's down one luck, so he's at 6. Yeah, so it's a d20 target of 6 plus his con. That would be a target of 8. He just passed. Yeah, so Karnak sees that coming in and holds his breath as it comes in. And then Siegfried has gone off, so we will come back to him.
Alright.
So, if we wanted to get up here, Karnak's movement is 40. Alright, so he's
so
going to dash.
He can do a charge.
Charge!
And it's an automatic hit.
Wait,
So,
2d8.
2d8.
That also begs the question. If I am I firing into melee?
No. Yeah, because he's still there and moving around. So 16, he also charged, that's plus 2, so that is 18.
He's gonna hold his breath, grab the hammer, and charge it.
Yes, that is halved is 9, so it is at 1 hit point, but it is now staggered. So Khan gets another hit.
Okay, and it's automatically dead then. Has 1 HP.
Yep. He runs in and kind of squashes parts of it and it's like hits out to like the middle of the fountain, just shatters it. It's like there's still
That's kind of luck.
it's like stops moving. It was a look. Sorry.
And all of a sudden Karnak vanishes into the air. Roll for fucking chaos gift.
Damn it, the warp! It took him.
Oh, he's back. Shit, I saw some things.
I think it is a lot con on luck decks, but he did still succeed though. So yeah, so reduce your luck, and do you guys want to know what happens if you fail that save?
I'm guessing
you
it's
die?
like poison damage around.
Yep.
Sure.
The adventurer dies a horrible choking death in D6 rounds.
Holy fuck!
And a pocket theory may be able to delay the spell poison for 3d6 hours.
Oh, I do have apothecary. Okay, but
So you could delay it.
Delay.
3d6 hours. The one. You can't stop it with normal medicine.
Okay.
At that point, I would probably own. Just fuck it.
So Siegfried, how much warp stone you want, buddy? 1 or 2?
Karnak is like, I did all of the work. But no.
Karnak,
Warp Stone, he's more here for the fighting.
So
Just like, oh, that was good.
Yeah, he still wants to be paid on most days, but when you give him a good fight, he's like, yeah.
he looked to Rowan and say, well, it depends. I hear you have some sort of warp stone to gold ritual.
Rowan just like gives him the finger guns. Yep. Gonna cost 25% of what it gets, though, but still a good profit.
Yeah, so you can see.
Hey, more
like,
reason to take more, and he grabs two.
You can see, like, on the bottom of this bowl, there's like 3 chunks of words, and they're kind of like plopped down there. You'll see a lot of glass shards, along with this like green, it's like green something in there that's like slowly dissipating into it. Seems to have been whatever was inside of the bottle, and you can see a bowl kind of floating on top.
Oh, I rolled warp stone.
Yeah. Anybody who's grabbing the bowl, warp stone for everyone to pick up. Etheric shock. Roll a d4.
What would I roll for warp stone?
D100 for everyone that you pick up. Rowan, you take 2 damage.
Ow!
Shock. And Siegfried, you're picking up 2, right?
Yep.
5.
So 5 milk curdles.
Milk
5
curdle.
Peat foils. And 81, reduce your willpower by 1, d10.
Use my willpower at 1d10. You said?
The shock goes through and it becomes harder to think. Yeah, current willpower by 1 for d10.
Ron's gonna go ahead and take
So roll
check
it.
out that
So
D10
roll
here.
1d10 and decide how much I reduce by willpower?
No.
Yeah, and you reduce your willpower by 1 for that many.
Roll
Oh, okay.
1d10, that's how long it lasts.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still just 1. Yeah, so for the next minute, it's kind of a bit harder to think.
Okay.
And Rowan, you're kind of wading in to get the bowl.
I'm gonna try and get the bull.
Yeah. You pick it up and it looks like a normal bowl. It's like wooden, fairly polished, looks decently nice, but not beyond like a nice normal bowl. Take a bit to examine it with your magic
Yeah,
sight.
Rowan's gonna go ahead and attempt that, and go ahead and tell them, lads, we still have the other one down there. Give me a moment to go ahead and check this out, but if you guys want to scout ahead, by all means.
Yeah, Conky's good just following along with you guys. So really up to succeed.
See if you might check out this spot. If Kong wants to come.
We cut over to me and just get this hi ho, but like the escape voice. Hi ho. No, I can't do it right now. I don't know why.
And we all die because whatever it was.
All of us are just sucked in.
Yeah. So what's Siegfried doing? While Rowan's checking out the bowl.
Yeah, check out this thing.
Checking out what thing?
This spot over here.
Yeah, you're looking at it. It seems to be like a grate down to the sewer. Yeah,
It's a
it looks
grate.
pretty
It's-
packed. It's a grate.
It's a great grate.
It's a damn.
Great
damn.
This great grate was made by my great
You like,
grandfather.
check it out and like it seems to be tough. It's not rotted away or anything. You could probably break through it or like find a way to open it. It took a while, but also it's a sewer. There are plenty of other ways to get in.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
Also,
fair
like, yeah, you know easier ways.
Do we want to delve into sewers with just 3 of us, though?
Yeah, there's a lot of scavenging
Yeah.
worse down there. Rowan, for your intelligence or perception.
Okay. I'm gonna. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna use a reroll to see if I can better.
You
get a
succeed.
better- Okay.
You can spend your reroll if you want to succeed by more, but you just need to succeed to detect something magical.
All right. I'll see.
So,
I'll succeed.
how does Rowan detect magic? What is it? How
So-
does it make itself known to him?
So this one was pretty interesting. I went ahead and thought about where Rowan goes ahead and like is peering and like actually listening pretty close to the object, and the more he faintly discovers, or the more he like concentrates, the more he begins to hear whispers in the deep, sort of in multiple varying voices. None of them actually say words, but it's just like
Yes, and the bowl starts whispering parcel tongue.
I give a kiss.
Wait,
And
hoimin yoimin.
Yes, it is magical. You need like more time and more looking into it to actually find out what it does. Yes, you have a. How to say? You can put in that you have a true blood chalice.
Oh, I thought it was a bowl.
Yeah, it's a bowl, but it's called a chalice. That's just what the magical item in the book is called.
Oh. Well, why isn't it called the True Blood Bowl?
Because I flavoured it as a bowl. It's meant
Because
to be
it's not
chalice,
a
but
it's not a game of fantasy.
Blood Bowl. Da, 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 da.
That's not
Alright.
me.
Rowan just like raises it up. Got a magic bowl! It's just like
Imagining Crunk just
Yeah, exactly what he does. Yeah, well done.
Alright.
I'm glad you're happy. I got it shit.
Alright, we got this one last thing down here. If you guys want to go ahead and it seems like some weird stone is down there.
I mean, it's also a whole sewer network. Do we want to, I don't know, bolster our forces before we go down?
We do
That place over there, and I'm pointing towards the building.
I have no involvement
this thing?
anymore. So we
Down.
damn.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Well,
well thing.
No, I'm down here.
This thing, okay.
From the map.
Oh, the Chinese here, yes.
Yeah, you kind of glimpsed it as you guys are up there.
Alright. Let's head on down there.
Flop you guys on the ground.
Damn, calm down, Karnak. Fuck me. Just
Karnak!
It's not Karnak!
As you guys
It's Karnk!
come over and look on in, you see, fairly ruined building. You see kind of like in the middle of the floor, like it just fell down there. It's a beautiful looking breastplate. It's like made out of some kind of black metal, like maybe iron, maybe steel, hard to tell. Who is echoing? I'm echoing physics. And this is beautiful, like a black metal breastplate with this like gold, and like on the chest of it is this like emblem of a griffin, which seems to be made out of gold and platinum, and there's like small rubies dotted around on it. It looks beautiful and like extremely valuable.
It's something really
And behind you
valuable
see a
in the
couple
middle of a
stone and
crushed
gold
building that
scrolled.
hasn't been looted yet.
Oh no, I went back.
I wonder if it's going to fuck them over.
Looks like there's a little something for each of us, huh?
I'm muted in the Discord, by the way. They can't hear
don't
me.
trust that chest plate, but yeah.
Yeah, the breastplate definitely looks out of place. Like it doesn't have like a speck of dirt on it, despite being in a ruined building.
If I don't know, imagine if we could find someone somewhere to hammer out some bumps. You want to just launch a crossbow bolt into it, see what happens?
Ron's going ahead and like doing a hypothetical like think look, just like, okay. So basically, I've heard of magic that the that armor sometimes grapples onto victims and like controls their movements. That guy's way too big to be wearing that thing. No offense, Karnak. I fit the perfect bill, and you fit the perfect bill, but you're already wearing armor. So I think if we said
Armor also interferes with magic. Like there is specialized training that you need to be able to wear magic without messing with your ability to do it.
yeah, but what I'm saying is that magical armor like that
Yeah.
jumps on people and like uses their movement.
Yeah, it would go for you. The ability to grab.
Yep. So Ron's gonna say, Karnak, would you mind possibly going ahead and giving it a poke or two?
It's
we'll be
not
right there.
Karnak.
It's
There's
calm.
no knack. Karnk.
Yeah.
Kernk.
Yes,
Kernk.
doesn't okay, you can call him
RNK. RNK.
King.
Yeah, he'll like head in there. Like,
Which is
pokes it with the edge of his hammer. And as he steps in, this large red beetle kind of bursts out of the ground and goes for his ankles.
Oh, it was a fucking beetle.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't even the armor.
It's a move, so it is going to get a surprise round. As it jumps out and grabs Kong, and pinches his ankles. Actually, no, it busts when it sprays after that.
Somebody has an iPhone in the background of this
Oh shit.
Discord call.
8 damage. Remember, Khan can do his thing to reduce damage once per fight if he wants. But we can save that for later.
That's
Mange,
I think he's muted.
I'm here.
Oh.
So, roll for him. Okay, so I go first.
Nice. Oh no, it actually has a dice.
So it moved.
No, it would have come out there because I forgot this thing has a ranged attack that it uses normally. It doesn't normally pinch it.
Well, Kark has a 10-foot radius, right?
So we just need to step forward 1 to smash it.
He's gonna step, like, here, and try and swing at it without hitting the armor.
So stepping over and trying to squash the thing like the bug it is.
So it's 1d20 plus 4 because of his to hit. 17.
That hits. All your damage. Conk might just kill it.
Just bonk!
11.
Smack.
Yep, 11, it's staggered.
So he hits it again.
Yep,
Oh,
all
God.
damage. Ooh, it's at 2.
Fuck you.
This gun just like smashes several of the legs, hits it in the head. It's like, ugh! It's clearly regretting its decision to come out. Going.
Alright.
See it then, like, if a bug can look afraid.
Flee like the bug you are.
You think you'd rip up some peasant and this freaking massive ass ogre shows up?
He's like, there was shaking up there. Oh fuck.
Rowan is gonna go ahead and cast the spell Yeetus Deletus, and basically it is going to be Thunderwave. DDM, no dangerous dark magic today. And can I get a luck con save from this little bastard?
That is a fail.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's
It
gonna survive.
has 2 hits.
I think it's already dead since wait, yeah, it failed. It takes 2d8, so
And roll a d6.
okay. 4.
Yeah, so you send that out, the bug goes flying and splats into the wall. But the arm also goes tumbling and hits into the wall as well. Hits and that falls down.
The armor has not reacted.
Yeah, and Siegfried's kind of like taking out his sword, being like, oh.
Basically, yeah.
He's like in the process of drawing his massive sword.
Everyone's gonna go.
Just like
ahead
it's already
and,
over.
Everyone's gonna pat Kark on the belly, just like good job, and he's gonna cast Cure Light Wounds. 2d4.
Plus your amount.
There we
Plus
go.
my int, so that'd be +2.
So
So
you don't
six.
actually get 4 heals. And,
There we go.
yeah, so you slap him on the belly, kind of like on the plate, or you like hitting next to the like, big belly plate that he has.
Big belly plate.
Yeah, so you slap on that, and, yeah, the healing magic goes through, or the acid
Vibrates
burns,
through
fades
him.
away. Yeah, so it fades away.
Alright.
Yeah, can't we go over and like pick up the corpse of the thing, just like sling it over her shoulder.
Fresh meat.
Everyone's gonna take one weird stone. 59.
Animals flee.
So like the rats inside of this building just book it.
That
I-
bug was still alive. It would be running.
And Ron's gonna go ahead and check out that scroll, but he's gonna leave the armor and other warp stone for Siegfried.
Siegfried will also go to, grab that warp stone, but also check the armor. He's gonna kind of like prod it a little bit before he actually like touches it, though.
Roll the D100 for the warp stone. And as you look at the armor, like you're a mercenary, and you've seen all of this before. The 19 roll a contest.
For the armor?
Yeah.
On.
No, con as you pick it up. Just a con check. No, not luck or anything. Just con.
It's
Oh
successful.
damn!
Yeah. So you pick that up, and you feel like some force can like press into your nose. You can like kind of blow your nose for a second. You're fine. And feel like you just got it. If you felt that you would just got on a nosebleed for a bit.
Oh,
That was all it was.
Yeah.
You
You
cocksucker.
automatically-
you possessed.
Shit.
It's only really like 71 plus that it starts getting bad. Yeah, then looking at the armor, like, yeah, you've been a mercenary for a while, and this is definitely decorative. Like, you could wear it, and it is metal, but it's not really made to actually function. It's more made to be very pretty, which it does quite well.
Probably sells for a decent amount.
Yes, and like a black steel is pretty rare, even if it does. I mean, even if it is very thin. Like this would be worth a pretty penny.
Ooh. Be a nice item for the for that little armor room in his room for a while, for the time being too. Yeah, nice
Looking
little
for something
souvenir
to-
to eventually profit. Yeah.
Good on
And
you.
then you find this like scroll tube, which you can pick it up and shake it. Yeah, there's something in it. Seems to fit it pretty well. Seems to be like an actual
Rowan-
side.
Ron's gonna open up the scroll, and if it's an arcane spell, he's not gonna read it out loud, activating it by
Yeah,
accident.
you open it and you look at it, and it's like it has weird symbols on it, but not of the arcane variety. Do you have general lore?
Yes.
Okay, roll that. I would say you can have it back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is a music sheet. You can either it's like a music sheet. Like you can either sing it or play it on some kind of wind instrument.
The harp. Wait.
That's not a wind instrument. That's a string
Damn.
instrument.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like you got all the different notes that you play. So like if you got like a flute or something, you could try.
Fuck
and
it,
play
do it anyway.
Yeah, or you can try and hum or sing it.
I'll try attempt to hum it. But do you need me to?
I don't think we have any kind of performance skill.
I have
But-
general lore, intelligence,
I'd say this would be a charisma.
charisma. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
As you start like humming it along, several butterflies start like kind of flying over and surrounding you. They're coming over and like sitting on you and flying around.
Mange cultist becomes the king of the butterflies.
And you're like, you hum it like there's like a set number of notes, but you can just loop it for as long as you want, really.
Really? That's interesting.
Like a dozen or so butterflies just kind of surround you for as long as you keep humming.
Rowan's a little bit surprised, like, first off, he, like, scared so many animals away previously. Like, how far did these butterflies have to come?
It's like, you didn't see any butterflies before, but when we started humming, they appeared, so it might be like, there's some kind of very minor magical thing with it that has summoned them, or they might just be attracted, and there happen to be some nearby. You can't really say for now.
We can
I'm gonna try
relatively
and-
safely say that there weren't any nearby, considering how much we scared away the animals.
How much you scared them away.
Handful of butterflies. Alright.
But it did still take them a minute to get there, so it might just have been relatively nearby. So yeah, it's
There's a 50-foot chance.
percent on it.
Alright. Well, now I have a musical sheet of butterflies.
Butterflies.
You have a song of butterfly summoning.
I like it. And
Yeah,
that, I
you
think.
guys have found
covered.
everything.
Thanks for watching. Now you gotta do that thing with the thumbs up and the subscribe. Oh, and ring that bell. Super hard. Share this with your friends too, and watch some other videos as well. Bye bye.